7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
You'll never have the sacred stone.
Oh, this you crazy mother.
The Savachi syndrome, I'm telling you, I'm like, well, holy shit, that was crazy. Wait for it. Thick and slick. Yo, what is up, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of the Moto Aftermath Show. It's the most uninformed moto podcast on the interwebs. This is episode number 196, and we are here in studio wrapping up the 2022 Seattle Supercross. Before we get started, let's just go ahead and thank our sponsors. So first off, our three presenting sponsors, same as always. Let's start with Energy Fuel, because it's the best fucking drink out there. Keep yourself fueled, energized, and strong from start to finish. Pick yours up today at CoachRobStore.com. Also want to thank Premier Custom Trailers. If you need a trailer, commercial or residential, Premier Custom Trailers has what you need. They work with the best manufacturers in the industry and specialize in all your trailer needs. Sales, service, parts, or rentals. They do it all. PremierCustomTrailers.com, located 5 minutes south of Kalamazoo on US 131 in Schoolcraft, Michigan. They put the custom in customer service. And our final presenting sponsor here, TLR Coatings, Michigan's #1 custom powder coating shop. From two-tone wheels to motorcycle frames to small batch production jobs, TLR Coatings will powder coat anything metal the right way. Looking for some custom Cerakoting? They do that too. TLR Coatings, serving Southwest Michigan and the surrounding areas for over 5 years. Check them out at TLRcoatings.com or on all the major social media networks, including TikTok, at TLR Coatings. Also on board with us, Alias Sports, Holester Co, JT Cycle, Adept Creative Co, Worx, Isaac Nelson Designs, and Clutch Media. If you want to buy some merch, you want to support the show, there's Amazon links, there's Patreon links, there's all sorts of that stuff in the description down below. Make sure to like, subscribe, and comment. Listen to the podcast on SoundCloud, etc. And thanks for tuning in. So I am in studio here with a normal co-host, Justin.
What's up, buddy?
Should I do Cole? What's up, bitches?
Yeah, fuck Cole. He'll be here in a minute or 10.
Yep. So, and we're gonna jump right into the show with our first guest, normal contributor to the show. And our first guest is brought to you by the Dirt Bike Depot. If you need some new moto gear but don't want to pay those expensive retail prices, shop the Dirt Bike Depot for all your moto gear needs. Gear sets, boots, helmets, goggles, and more. They specialize in athlete-only boots as well as tons more items that you can't buy in stores. Follow them on Insta at Dirt Bike Depot and DM them with any questions you may have. It is Dirt Bike Depot rider, privateer hero. He's number 57 on the track, but number 1 in your hearts, Mr. Kevin Moranz. Hi, buddy.
Man, you're just out here getting me hyped up.
Bro.
Yeah, dude, that was like an insane read right there.
Did you like that?
You literally sounded like you were in an auction or something.
Did it sound good,
It
though?
did, dude.
Okay, all right. I'm
Yep,
pumped
that
for
was
that. Make sure to tell Max to listen to that read this week. then tell him I need one of those Star Yamaha jackets. I need him to find me one. Probably in an XL because I'm getting a little fat old man over here, but it's fine.
Oh, my goodness.
But
Okay,
I need some
Blue
Star
Crow.
Yamaha junk. So anyway, Kev, what's up, buddy? I haven't seen you in like a week
just-
now. I'm feeling... I don't have enough Kevin Moranz in my life right now.
I know, man.
That is
A
depressing.
little bit out of touch. We didn't get to do a podcast last week. And, I think we should just mention how Justin finally has his hat.
Yeah, dude, it was
He's
great.
wearing it right now.
Dude, yep, just wearing it all the time now.
Actually, fun story.
I like it.
We're both wearing them, and we're hoping that Cole says something. In fact, we're going to be disappointed if Cole doesn't say something about us both having Kevin Moranz hats and him not having
He'll
one.
cry about it.
He's going to.
Well,
Yeah.
you're repping the boy.
We are.
Yep.
He's probably jealous he doesn't have one.
Yeah, that's
He's
what
definitely
we're
jealous.
hoping for.
Yeah.
So, but hey, don't give him one, okay?
Yeah, fuck that guy.
He's a Supercross only deal. He
And
doesn't
he's
get all
not
the
even really
perks.
Supercross only.
Yeah.
It's more like
He's a Supercross
7
only
races.
I mean, it's 6:04. He's not here.
Bitch. Oh.
So anyway, you flew out to Seattle, the epicenter
Yes.
of all the shit that's happened in the last 2 years here.
Oh, boy.
Outside of the dumpster fire that's California, this is probably the second worst place that you guys have gone. So,
Crowd was hyped, though.
yeah, all 10,000 of them.
The what was hype?
The crowd. That crowd was hyped
Yeah, they
all
actually
day.
were. It was pretty sick.
It's the stadium, bro. It
I know.
echoes. You
I
know,
know.
they talk about it being super loud.
Yeah,
Like there were not
12th man and I know.
Look, dude, I looked at the crowd panning shots. There wasn't a lot of people. The
No.
bottom bowl was full, and then once you got past that, it didn't look very full.
Yeah.
Was not Indy last weekend. Anyway, Kev
had an interesting night.
Kev, we had a lot of TV time, and I was pumped on it.
That was great.
What was your guys' thoughts on the heat race?
I think you did exactly what you needed to do, except for you
went
flopped
down.
that one because you went down.
I just want to know, man, are you and Cade good?
Yeah, no, Kate and I are solid.
Like I figured, but like Cade has a tendency sometimes to dish it out and get kind of upset when it happens to him, but I was like,
Yeah, I mean, he was obviously probably not super stoked when it happened, but him still qualifying, he was probably fine with it.
He didn't stand up and punch
But-
you.
yeah,
so
but you
that's
sent it in there though, bro.
You did, dude. I was so proud of you.
That was
I had,
great.
Like six texts saying like bummed out. There was no fight. What the heck, like, bro?
Dude, that's gonna be a thing now. That's so dumb. That's gonna be a thing now.
Dude, I think that's why those other kids fought is honestly because they saw a fight the other weekend. They saw how I don't know who those kids were, to be honest, but like I don't know. I thought that was a little scary.
Yeah, one of them was Chance Blackburn. I don't know who the other one was. But
It was Max Sanford. Have you seen the incident that caused that?
I mean, it was very warranted to be pissed.
Yeah.
And, like say something.
He
but,
pulled
like,
some
the
Weston
way
Pike.
He hit him, then need him, and then flip him on. It was a little bit too much.
and
in
Max
a
Sanford's
professional
like
racing scene.
what the hell, dude?
Look, here's the thing: the double birds at the end of that. Oh my god, I was so happy, and they showed
Yeah,
it twice
it
on
was-
TV. It was fantastic.
Yeah, it was pretty funny. I'm not gonna
Made
lie.
Blackburn look a little stupid though, because Max Sanford's like a child, and Blackburn, I'm pretty sure, is in his like mid-20s. So
Look, here's the thing: I didn't even know who the fuck Blackburn was until he did that. So good job, buddy.
Well, yeah,
he
I mean,
accomplished his
whatever.
goal. I now know him. I'm gonna reach out this week and see if we can talk
Oh,
about him
God.
giving Sanford the double birds on a future show. So
yeah,
So-
Kev's got to get right into
long
it.
story short, I had to make the move right there. He left the opportunity open with him missing that rhythm, and I had to take it. And I tried to stay pretty shallow. Like I didn't come straight up into him, but what really screwed me is just the way he fully committed to cutting down. And he cut down, and then all of his weight of his bike went onto my bike, and that's what happened.
God, I need Ashley out here because when I watched it, I said, yeah, the only reason Kev went down is because Clayson just leaned on him there. Like you did everything
100%.
right, in my opinion. You came up, you hit him side to side, essentially. Like you slid the bike in there to hit him side to side. And then, like I said,
Well, yeah,
he just put too much weight. He committed, to turning down, was putting too much weight, and that caused you both to go over. She didn't believe me, and I was like, I'm telling you, I'm watching this. That's what happened. But it's good to hear it now, firsthand story.
Well, and also anybody that watches that knows that like Kev didn't go in there and purposely just try to tee off on him because he pivoted out of the corner.
You mean not like Barsha?
Well, yeah, he didn't just go straight for the exit and saw off his front end.
Yeah.
So-
Anyway, so you have that interesting thing happen, and then
The LCQ.
we go to the LCQ.
Kev, how many times are you gonna try to kill yourself this year, buddy?
What'd you say?
I said, how many times are you gonna try to kill yourself this year in the middle of like?
Dude, I don't know. Like, I've had that so wrapped up. I was riding so good that whole CQ, whole shot, leading everything. Just ride my own race, had a little bit of a gap. I was solid. And just cross-rutted, and just as soon as I was in the air and yeeted left, I'm like, I literally landed square on the tough block. Just like how Barsha did and how he ate crap in the main event. Like, that's how I did it, and I don't know for the life of me how I got off of it and didn't go down. And then tried to jump back on the track and did the same thing and floated on tough blocks. And it was a mess. But long story short, LCQ should have been ours. Would have been a lot cooler to win an LCQ than to get fourth again, but at least I kept it on two wheels and still got in the main event.
Nice fender slap at the end, though.
Oh yeah, that was sick.
Yeah, I mean, I was like, at that point, I was like, well, I just completely screwed myself, and I'm still in, so I got to show I have a little bit of.
Kev's always a showman.
Yeah, it's all right. So, all right, now walk us through your main event there. The starts are back, baby.
That was a good start.
We
for where he
had-
was.
Stars are fully back.
Dude, literally,
They never last.
we had a few weeks there where there was some starts that weren't as great. It was like every third one you would be up there, and then the other ones you were just kind of like you weren't in the back, but it wasn't
Yeah.
great. All right, but
It wasn't the classic Moranz Mafia slur.
no, and now that they're back, I'm literally getting text as it's happened. Like, I'm getting text from people of, oh my God, he's leading the LCQ. This is fucking awesome. Look at that fucking start. I can't believe he's getting that start. How the fuck is he getting that start on a stock bike? And I'm like, I don't fucking know. I've asked him a bunch of times. He doesn't know. It just happens, okay? This is like fucking magic, okay? You're a wizard, Harry, and your starts are awesome.
Well, I appreciate that.
So, anyway, so you yanked that start. You were what, probably like 5th coming down that first rhythm?
I was probably like I wouldn't say 5th. I was definitely like at least probably 6th or 7th, and then I missed the 3-3 at the end of it. So then I got passed by 2 more. I think I passed by Bogle and Mookie. I don't know even what I ended up the first lap. I think I was maybe 10-ish.
Okay.
11, 12, I don't know, something like that. Ran that for a good little bit, and then A-Ray and I went back and forth a little bit. Got back around him. And then before the Whoops, props to those guys. My stuff's just obviously set up softer than theirs. But I went to go, I 3'd on, off, and then got swirly, so I doubled and then was going to 3 into the corner, which I had done several times throughout the night, and caught a soft pocket in the face and like straight panic red into the last one right before the corner, because everybody's usually doubling into the corner. Well, I missed the 3-2, so I was going 2-3. Yeah, full on panic red, nose picked it, almost went over the bars, and I was like, okay, Kevin, we got to relax a little bit. Don't do that again and just keep clicking on flaps. So then it was me and Amar. Amar came up around me and called him for a little bit, pulled away from A-Ray, and then I was pretty much just riding by myself for the 16.
Sweet. Sounds like
not too shabby.
How
amazing, but
how was the moon dirt?
Didn't really seem like there was a lot of moon dirt this year, though.
Yeah, it didn't look as
honestly, dude, like it wasn't too bad. Like, I mean, it was definitely like sticky. It's a little bit goofy. Obviously, they had a good amount of moisture in it, just from the rain that they had. But to be really honest, I was just super stoked that it didn't turn into a mudder.
Yeah, because it rained a little bit on and off all day, didn't it?
Yeah, it rained during the qualifying session. It was even raining during that LCQ. But it wasn't like crazy hard. It was just enough that you had to pull a tear off here and there.
Huh. Interesting. Was it? I assume it was pretty cold. That was what everybody was saying.
Is it cool?
Cold.
Oh, cold. Yeah, like it was. I mean, it was chilly. It wasn't terrible.
And good thing Kev didn't piss off Eli again, so that was great.
Dude, do you watch Kev's vlog?
I haven't watched the one from Indy. No.
He went up to him after one of the qualifiers, was like, "Hey man, sorry about last week," and Eli's like, "I don't even remember it." It was awesome.
And then as soon as I said I was the one that you panic grabbed right before the finish, he's like, "Oh yeah." He's like, "No, you're good."
Yeah.
Kev's like, "Damn it, he doesn't remember me."
I was gonna say, he literally said, "I don't remember." Kev's like, "Oh, it was
weird
when you panic grabbed," and then he was like, "Oh yeah, you're good. Don't worry, it's fine."
Jesus.
It was just like, "Get away from me, kid." You fucking peasants, goddamn privateers.
Wow.
We all know Eli doesn't hang out with the privateers.
Eli doesn't hang out with anybody, so it doesn't matter.
I know. So, indoor pits last weekend, huh? Or
Seattle,
last night, yeah.
Gotta love the indoors. It's gotta be sick.
Okay, good talk. All right, cool. Moving
Well,
on.
in all fairness to him, you didn't really ask a question. You just kind of made a
you were
statement.
just like, yeah, indoor pits, man.
Kev, he's asking, was it great to be inside the pits?
There you go.
Yeah.
There's the question.
Was it what?
Wow. Are you deaf tonight? What the hell's the matter with you?
Yeah, did he say was it good to be inside the pit?
Were the indoor pits nice?
They were nice. However, they completely screwed us and a good majority of the privateers over.
What do you mean?
Because there was no fan fest where they put us. We were behind closed doors. You had to have a credential to get into where we were. They did not allow us to be in the pits where fan fest was going on.
Sounds like some old school read across shit. Sounds like some old school read across shit from back in the day.
Only factory teams up in that one.
I'm not.
We had no fans around.
I am not saying anything, guys.
Nope,
I would
don't
like
even do it.
I would
Don't
like
do it.
everyone to see my tongue is
Don't
bit
do
right
it.
now.
Do not do it.
Okay, so anyway, did you get your van back?
Van, yes.
Sweet. Did it cost you every single penny
That you made
that
last
you
night?
made last night, or were we-
Pretty much, yes.
Oh, that's a bummer.
lame?
Unfortunately.
Wow.
Cost
Lame.
me just under $2,000.
Ugh.
Oof.
It hurts in my
Yeah.
soul.
It hurts your soul.
It hurts my soul.
And you're not the one paying for
And
it.
I'm not even paying. Well, kind of.
Well,
I contribute.
Partially.
I contribute partially.
okay.
Oh, you would have been but you would have been paying a little more for it hadn't there been a cross rut and some tough block action. You've been paying a little
Yeah,
more.
that's no joke.
That depends if there was a video of him getting up there and saying, yo, I just want to thank my sponsor, Moto Aftermath Show, best fucking podcast out there. You know, like, we get some of
Oh, he's
that
gonna
action.
drop fuck on there like Carno.
Yeah, dude. Hopefully.
Look, Kev's still asking for that incentive money, and you haven't given him to him yet.
He hasn't
so.
won a fucking LCQ and dropped the name on the podium,
It's a
bro.
good point. It's a
Hey,
good
I
point.
mean, we got that whole shot bonus that we were talking about.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, there you
man.
go.
Here we go.
Oh.
I forgot. I'm going to have to get the contract out and look at what that one was.
What happens if he rips all 3 starts in St. Louis? Is that 3 times the money?
Then I guess you boys are paying for gas on the way home.
Is that 3 times the money?
Daddy's over here broke as shit.
Travis is just stuck in St. Louis.
Just stuck in St. Louis
I
in my
think-
truck.
I think that was the first, like, legitimate, full-on Kevin Moranz got the whole shot that I've had this year, though. Oh, no, I got a couple of LC whole shots, I guess. I think of it.
About to say, for a while, Joan Cross was just getting all of them.
I mean, who would know? Because what was it? 2 weeks ago, they said Clayson got the whole shot in the main or something, and Clayson was in last fucking place. So, you know, you can
That's
never.
Todd, that's Todd Harris for you.
The AMA never changed. You know,
It's Todd.
no. It was on the sheets.
Oh, yeah,
it was
yeah.
literally on the AMA sheets.
You mean
know?
Justin Anderson didn't get it?
Yeah, Justin Anderson? No, I mean he wasn't even at that race. Super weird. So,
Justin Anderson.
all right. So
Fucking
what's on the
Todd.
schedule? Oh, go ahead.
I was going to say, all that matters is we got this one.
Yep,
It does.
exactly.
Stamp it.
All right, so what's on the schedule for the next 2 weeks here? We got an off week next week, then we're headed to St. Louis. What's our plan here?
So I fly back home tomorrow. I'm going back home for a couple days just because I haven't been back. I got a couple people out, meetings and whatnot, and then obviously just see my family. And then fly back Wednesday. Get back down here. I think I'm going to ride Thursday, Friday with Starling and Chambers and those guys, hopefully. Probably try to enjoy my weekend once. And then get some riding in next week or the following week before St. Louis.
Sweet. We going back to 83 compound?
I don't know. Maybe. Depends on what Chambers and those guys do.
Keep in mind, he only asked that question because he wants you to talk to Jet again, so he can find out more about Jet.
Of course.
Yeah, that's about it.
No.
Look, you're giving me that look right now, but you and me both
No.
know that's
basically
what it is.
what Travis is saying. Sneak into his gear bag and grab a pair. Of
Well, I
underwear
mean, he
and
hung
send
out with
back.
Jet
I
and
don't-
He hung out with Jet McElrath before Indy when he was down at A3
Look,
compound.
I
and Travis
don't-
is like,
I
"What?
don't-
What does he smell like?"
I don't want. No, I told him to tell him that I love him, and then I thought, man, that might be a little aggressive. So
For an
maybe just-
18-year-old,
maybe just say I
That's
said
pretty
hi.
weird, honestly.
Yeah.
No, it's not. It's
Yeah.
totally fine. Okay. Now, look, and no, I don't need a fucking jersey. Okay, I'm not that guy.
I didn't say
no.
anything about jersey.
A number plate would be fucking sweet.
Oh, fuck the number plate. Give me the jersey. What are you talking about?
Dude, okay. Everybody says this, okay? And I was thinking about this the other day. Jerseys fucking suck. They're hard to display. They fucking, like, you either got to buy a case or you put it on a
Yeah, and
hanger
then
and
they
it
look
never
sick.
looks good. However, if I have a number plate, much like the wall back here, if I had a bunch of front number plates, I could have, you know, some nice lines with the number plates. It would be sick.
I was always in when I was a kid, just getting the goggles,
yeah.
as long as
I'm
they were
not about-
signed.
I'm not about that life either.
Well, I'm talking about when I was a kid. I don't know.
Yeah.
Now I really don't care, but when I was a kid, I was always about getting goggles as long as the strap was signed.
See, I like I'm really about the front number plates, man. Because,
I mean, it looks
like
cool.
I
Number
said, you
plates
can
are cool.
display them. It's,
They're cool.
it's
Yeah,
very
you know,
easy.
we got-
Look
we
at
got
all
a
these
cool-
450 main event guys on
Yeah,
the wall
and then I mean,
over
look
here.
at this Kevin Moranz one. It even says Big Kev on there. Like,
know.
that's really cool.
And a smiley face. That's
Yeah,
gotta
yeah.
tickle you up a little bit.
Kev, you got really nice handwriting, by the way, buddy. That's you should. Yeah.
I appreciate that.
It's nice. It's
nice.
So,
Jesus.
Kev,
okay, there we go.
how what are your thoughts on car now sponsorship?
Oh, boy.
Oh my god! hey, if you were here on time,
Oh, you guys already discussed this?
we've talked about this a little
Well,
bit.
hang on. I don't want them to bust my balls about time. I was like 3 minutes late. They tell me 6 o'clock. I got here like 6:05. But however,
Not going
we
to
get told 8 o'clock for the fantasy pods on Thursdays, and they start at 8:30.
I say 8:15.
And they end
we
up
start
at
by 8:20 at the latest.
8:25.
Cole, I can already
And
answer your question.
It is a phone call deal on Thursdays. It's not an
Okay.
in-person
Cole, I can already
thing.
answer your question for you if
Difference?
you're asking if Kev would take an OnlyFans sponsor.
No,
He
I
said-
know he wouldn't. I was
Exactly.
just-
Okay.
Okay, great.
Because he said no.
Yeah, Is there been anything talked about in the pits like that's a little edgy, that's gonna get banned, or are they just like fuck it, it's money?
Okay,
in
that
the
is
sport?
that is a good question.
What?
The OnlyFans girl sponsoring Carnow.
Cole Base wants to know, like, has
Oh.
that been a talk in between, like, with privateers? Like, is
Yeah.
that a thing that other guys would do?
I mean, that's what I kind of was telling the guys earlier. Is like, I mean, with the image that he portrays and like Stank Dog portrays, like that's on point for their brand.
Yeah.
Now, like what I was telling the guys is, I was like, I have a lot of supporters, sponsors, family, friends, and whatnot that watch me, support me, buy merch, and help the program because their kids look up to me or they know that I'm a pretty solid role model for their children. Now, if I
Right.
go out and get an OnlyFans sponsor, that's not going to look too good on the people that are supporting me. So I feel like it would do more damage to me than what it's worth.
Right.
Yeah, because I couldn't see Starling, or I couldn't see, Brees, or guys
Well,
like
I guess
that
my
taking
thing
that
is,
sponsor.
are there more guys that are in the pits that are a little more edgy thinking about doing that now? Has it opened the way for
Probably
like,
guys
your
that-
stank dog dirt ass guys?
Probably
like
guys that don't make mains, I would assume. I mean, nothing against
I was gonna
Carnow.
say, nothing against him at all, but like he just wasn't in the right place, right time. Was getting press on him for losing his title sponsor. That girl jumped up, then boom, he makes the main event, which turned it into a big deal. Now, you do anybody else that tries to do similar, like there's nobody else that's capable of doing something like that because there's
I think Devin
not very many
Raper.
people that lose their title sponsors / can make a main event.
And I think it's cool because everybody always talks about like outside sponsors that have nothing to do with the industry. But yeah, you're right. You have to have the perfect guy for that situation because, like I said, with Starling, Brees, there's a lot of other guys obviously that have side deals that doesn't fit their image. I mean, you just can't do it.
Exactly.
But like Carnow and Stanky and I mean, I can't really think of anybody off the top of my head who else. You say Raper, but like.
I just say Raper because of his last
Yeah,
name.
but he also like I don't really know.
Oh my goodness!
Oh Jesus Christ! I don't really know.
Different level.
I don't really know Devin that well, but from what I've heard about him though, like he doesn't seem like he's that kind of an edgy guy. So I can't think of any guy off the top of my head, even in the 250s, that would take that sponsorship no matter how much money, because it's, like Kev said, it's going to do more detriment to the rest of your
It's
sponsors.
interesting.
The
That's for sure.
hard thing too with the sponsorship, and I've heard some talk about this week, is like if you have a chick and then you have another chick that has an OnlyFans, like if she is not on board with this chick and it's just some random, like that's gonna go.
Well, you got to be a
well.
single guy as well.
Yeah.
It is funny you say that though, and I don't know if this is true or not, but I did hear that there is another person in the pits who is a 250 rider that has a girlfriend that is actually a very prominent OnlyFans person. I didn't do any research into it, whether it's true or who it would even be.
Is it Whistling Diesel?
No, is it the number 995 machine?
Yeah, I mean, it could be.
Yeah, I already know about that.
Okay.
Situation.
All right. So yeah. So that's interesting though.
Sweet, let's check her out live on air.
Okay. Anyway. All right.
Anyway.
All right. So nope.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
but
it's not fair.
those guys like that though, their girlfriends are doing it and then paying for the race in that way. Like that's on the amateur
Dude,
level
I
all
don't
over the
think
place.
I don't
but
think I can handle that.
I couldn't do it either.
That'd be
Like,
stressful.
It'd be like
A-Ray, I think, is the only person mentally that would be equipped to deal with that.
Yeah,
I mean,
I don't
I
think
couldn't
his-
be.
I don't think his
yeah,
new
I
chick
couldn't
would be
go to
good
a
with it.
Supercross knowing half the crowd.
No. I'm saying that if A-Ray didn't if he didn't have a chick and then he got a chick that was into that, I feel like he's the only dude mentally that would be like able to handle that because of his attitude. But I don't even think Stanky could do it because like I've seen his chick and she's kind of like a little clingy, and I don't think with his vibe, like he puts on a persona, but I don't think he's really beat like that.
Yeah, I don't know. It's an interesting
I'm
thing.
just saying, it's just interesting that and like I saw some numbers and stuff like she was tweeting about, like 500 subscribers overnight and like 10 grand.
Yeah.
Well, dude, she's trying to. I made this comment,
And she's
before.
not even that good looking.
Yeah, I know, right?
She's trying to look at sponsoring a person for the whole entire season next year.
Well, that's cool. That's
See,
good.
well, how's that going to go? Is it going to get outlawed by the sanctioning body?
Carnell
all
and
that
Carne
good stuff?
Oh,
Asada.
people were making jokes. They were like after the CBD thing when Dino had when they ripped it from him. Now they're gonna rip it from Carnell, and then next year you're gonna see Monster Energy Supercross sponsored by CBD and OnlyFans.
Yeah, it's awesome. Or Pornhub.
Trust me.
Jeez,
Never mind.
Anyway,
Anyway,
anything else you two?
Kevin, what's the goal for St. Louis, bud?
So St. Louis is the Triple Crown, so we're going to be getting Nancy, Matt Pratt, Sexton, all those guys are going to be back. So the biggest thing for me is make a main event, get into the show, and then get our first top 15 overall is obviously kind of, we had 3 16s in a row, so it's time to break into the top 15.
Consistency, bro.
Consistency. He has been very, very consistent. Like the last
Yeah.
4? What is it? 3-4 rounds now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's one thing you can count on with you, Kev, is you're not going to hit the ground. You
Yeah.
might have some sketchy moments, but you're not going to hit
Oh
the
yeah,
ground.
I asked him like in that LCQ. He tried to kill himself again, so that was cool.
I don't know how I held on to that.
Dude, you were bucking Bronco there for a minute. And I was like, oh shit,
I was like,
actually
he's got it, and then that last tough block,
There's
I'm
a-
like, fuck, it's hung on the peg or something, but got through that
I yelled
too.
out loud.
I was waiting for
Tyler
Kev
was
to
like,
see.
"Oh, God."
I was waiting for him just go launching over the berm, but
Yeah.
the bike not be underneath him.
Yeah. So.
But hey, at least you 4 boys out front had a huge gap on the next spot. So.
Yeah. So. All right. Well, thanks, man. Appreciate you coming on this week here. And
For sure.
yeah, enjoy the off weekend here, and we will see you in St. Louis.
Sounds like a plan, my man. Appreciate you.
All right, brother, take it easy.
Later,
Later.
bro. Kevin Moranz, everyone.
Kevin
Right off the
Moranz.
rip tonight.
Yeah. Well, he just got off his flight not too long ago here, so I think he was trying to knock it out before he, hits his wall or whatever.
And we also didn't do a show with him last week. So.
Yeah. So, you boys should we take a quick break before we get into the stuff here?
Might as
'Cause-
well, because I mean, now that we don't have another guest, we can talk about the race just a little bit longer than normal,
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah.
You want me to get another guest?
Who?
Who?
Call Ghostbusters.
Who?
What?
Don't worry about it.
Tell us when you go off air, because I don't know who you're talking about.
All right, so we're going to take a quick break. We'll come back. We're going to hit the race recap here and talk about some other stuff. So we will be right back. All right, and we're back. 450 time. 450 is brought to you by our friends over at JT Cycle, serving Battle Creek, Michigan for over 30 years. Stop in to check out their full selection of Beta Gas, Husky, and Suzuki motorcycles and power sports products. Need something for around the house to help keep things nice and trimmed up? They have that too, with a full line of Echo, Aaron's, Gravely, and Simplicity. Visit jtcycle.com or follow them on Instagram at jtcyclebc. You all right over there? You want to keep the things trimmed up at home with you want Dollar Shave Club, Manscaped. What do you want to plug there? Are you all right over there? Jesus. I don't get it.
What's going on with this man?
I don't know.
I saw something funny on YouTube. There's a guy that keeps making fun of me, calling me Blinky.
He does.
I really wanted you to just call me Blinky.
All right, Blinky.
Thank you.
What
Appreciate
just happened?
Anyways,
You all
sorry.
right over there?
Yeah, I look like I got
I
a
mean-
hat on because I'm sweating
I
now.
mean, I'm crying a little bit,
Jesus.
laughing at you, laughing at whatever.
So just keep going.
Hey,
We're good.
you know what you can't laugh at?
What?
The great customer service you get at JT Cycle.
That is very true.
That's very true.
That's very true. All right, we're good.
Are you okay with that?
No, we're good, we're
Wow,
good.
you do not look good.
You can't laugh.
Laugh.
So get over to JT Cycle. Get your shit trimmed. Get a bike. Get everything good, dude.
He can't hold it together. He's not a
Yeah, dude. I say
professional at all.
trim, and he's in the gutter tonight.
St. Louis is going to be amazing, guys.
I feel like
Trim.
you're in the gutter.
Stop it. All right. Anyway, so yeah, okay.
What about Heather Kiefer?
Fucking brown do for you.
Oh, it's awesome.
See, I don't know the whole UPS thing on that. What that?
I'll
why
explain that to you when you're older.
I think they talked about it on the show, but
Yeah, they did.
God.
I'll explain it to you when
Chris
you're
is
older.
amazing.
One day you'll understand.
I love that guy.
It's really not hard to talk about Brown.
oh,
Figure
so
it out.
Down
he
in
does
the
that kind
brown.
of stuff, huh?
Something like that.
Maybe.
Nice.
Oh wow, this is going off the rails quick.
If we're off the rails at all points.
Do we
tonight.
want to restart?
No,
we're
we're
good.
good.
We're
fine.
committed. We're
Everything's
committed.
fine. So 450 class here. We'll just get started. Tomac, fucking 44 wins, 5 in a row, 4th all-time in Supercross wins, 14-second lead, lapped up to 7th place.
Fucking start to finish.
I mean, once this title's done, he's got 2 Supercross, 3 outdoors, all these wins, all these
He's
podiums.
gonna have 4 outdoor.
He
we'll talk about that
is-
going into outdoors.
Oh, okay.
I mean,
Ferrandis
he's in the
Never mind.
Stop with the Ferrandis talk. He's in the conversation as one of the greats at this point, right? Once he wins this
I
title.
think he's got to have a second Supercross, which would be pretty hard to fuck it up at this point.
Yep.
Damn, dude. Like, beginning of the season, we can go back to me on record. I told you guys he was going to be good, but I didn't think he was going to be this fucking good.
I think we all kind of said this, though. I mean, we had talked about this with the previous show with Coach. Like, I agree. I didn't think he was going to be this good, but I definitely thought this move was going to rejuvenate him, where a lot of people are like, oh, he's just going to kind of mail it in. New setting. I mean, we've seen what it's doing for Anderson at Kawasaki and stuff. Like, it's a new vibe.
Yeah, but they're letting him do what they want
Yeah,
with his
and
bike.
they're
Like, who the fuck rides a bike with a shock that stiff? Like, look at that thing.
Well, I mean, who rides a bike, with forks as stiff as Stu did?
It's ass backwards, but he makes it work.
I mean,
They gave him what he wanted.
I don't know.
Dude.
It's a good question, but like here's the thing you gotta when you're asking that, because I know this is all like hypothetical shit and it's just a conversation, just like anything. Like people like us like to have this conversation, but taking Ricky Carmichael out of it, like okay, you talk about one of the greats. Where are you putting him? Is what I'm asking. Because the thing about Eli is that yes, his outdoor seasons, his championships, he was dominant. Well, not in all of them, but then he's gonna have 2. And if he wins this one, which, like you said, it's going to be really hard to fuck it up, he's going to be obviously the favorite going into next season's Supercross. But as long as it took him to win a Supercross championship and then being a guy that won that many races and failed to win, where do you put him? Because obviously nobody's touching Ricky. So then you talk about the guys after
wins
that.
wise, man, that's pretty impressive.
What's that?
It's very impressive his race win wise.
Oh yeah, for sure. But then you talk about okay, where is he? Okay, so we have Ricky.
Okay, so do you consider Chad Reed one of the greatest?
It depends on, once again, what is your definition of great? Do I consider him one of the all-time best? Yes, but do I consider him one of the greatest? No. I don't.
Who's your top 5 greatest?
Are we just talking about Americans? We're just talking about American racers.
There's American Supercross right now, right?
Yeah. Well, I mean, we can go
In general, okay.
Supercross,
Just
motocross
American in
guys.
general.
Yeah.
Okay, so this just Supercross we're talking about, or are we just talking about in
No,
general?
Just
we go
American
with both.
motocross in general.
Okay, so this is not
Put
in
your
order.
hurling's pants away.
Okay, well, I could say the same thing about Cairoli and Everts
Yeah,
too.
yeah,
It's not just
yeah.
hurlings.
But-
Okay, so put them away. All right. So as far as my top 5, and this is in no particular order after Ricky, because Ricky is just out of fucking island by himself. RV, Stu, Dunge, and McGrath.
RV, Stu, Dunge, and McGrath.
And then Ricky, obviously. Ricky's always going to be number 1. Like, I don't care who
So
you
Stu-
are.
but- so you put Stu in there. Stu's only got 2 Supercross titles.
Stu also has way more wins, and his championships were way more impressive. Outside of this year.
FYI, if he races next year, which we think he's going to,
Say what? What?
Eli.
Stu falls.
Oh, Eli. I was like, what the fuck?
Hang on,
if Eli races next year like we think he's going to, there's a very high chance he's going to pass Stu in wins.
Yeah, there is a high chance. I
Stu
agree.
falls in that category for me, and Justin will agree with this, because he came along and single-handedly changed the way everyone rides.
Yep, I will 100% agree with that.
And he also was racing the
he-
greatest of all time.
Just think about it, dude. Just think about saving a section and just fucking uncorking it in the middle of the main event.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and he
Unheard of. Like Jason Anderson, like that. You see that little line that he did this weekend?
yeah, a little crossover.
Should have hit that once on press day, uncorked it in the main.
Yep.
Yeah, and Stu, like I said, arguably the fastest person to ever go through a set of whoops ever. First guy that would go quad. Like I said, I still talk about this day where he went through the Millville Rocker 6-gear wide open on a 125, hitting 75 miles per hour. Like,
Yeah.
I know that has nothing to do with like being considered one of the best, but Stu just did stuff, and like I said, his wins, the 24-0 season.
He does have a 24-0.
He does have a 24-0 season. The fact that he was winning 125 titles on a 125, when even though those 250Fs were shit, they were so much better than those 125s then. And once again, you have to factor in the he was racing Ricky Carmichael.
Mm-hmm.
No disrespect to any of the guys that Eli's racing right now. He's not racing anybody that's on Ricky's level.
Okay, but let me ask you this: Do you put any weight
James
on the
never beat
fact
Ricky.
of like?
What?
Wait, James never. Ricky. When did they ever go toe to toe for a full season?
In Supercross or outdoors?
Both.
Okay, Supercross, they went toe-to-toe for a full season in 06, and Stu should have won that because Ricky cheated
Okay. You're
with
right.
fuel.
Yeah.
And then outdoors,
got his ass waxed in 06.
Yeah, out 06. And obviously, because Stu won the title in 07, but Ricky was half there, half not.
And Ricky won most of the races when he was there.
Yeah, but I mean, that's the point. That's the point, though, is he had a race and got...
Stu just couldn't stay healthy, man.
Okay,
Stu was a better Supercross guy than Ricky, even in 05. It's just he...
But but next question. Do you put any weight, though, on the fact that, like, okay, when Stu and Ricky were riding... From 1st to 10th place in qualifying, there were seconds difference. I mean, multiple seconds difference. Where now 1st to 10th place is half a second.
Okay,
qualifying time.
That is a very good argument, but
I'm just saying
that is a very good argument. But here's my counter to that, and it's a very faint argument, or very faint counter. But my counter to that is totally right. But how much has that actually really affected anytime Eli this year, which has not been lately, gotten a bad start?
Yeah.
That's my point, though. So you talk about how close it is, and we do like to do this, but the thing, though, is not to use a fucking cliche, but the cream rises to the top. When at any point this year has Eli, when he hasn't gotten a good start, which we have to go back quite a few rounds, did it really actually matter that him and...
So you're saying he's one of the best?
I mean...
Right now, yes. But
I'm not trying to...
We just talk about that a lot, and it hasn't really mattered at all this year.
I'm not trying to argue this point.
Yeah.
I'm just asking your opinion because it's been brought up several times on all sorts of different things. And realistically, it's one of those situations of we're sitting here not talking about this up until this year, and then all of a sudden it's like, holy shit, now he's got 40-some wins.
I
now
think you do consider him as one of
I
the
think
I mean, he has to be in the conversation.
I think for me...
You don't put him on the Mount Rushmore?
I think I would take... no.
No, you don't, but he's...
I would take McGrath out and put him in there.
I don't know. So
for you... Yeah, well, outdoors.
Yeah, the
outdoors.
If you factor in outdoors, yes.
If you factor in outdoors, yeah.
Now, if we're talking strictly Supercross, obviously it's not.
Well, this is the shitty part about our sport too. Is like all we give a fuck about is championships, though. But race wins wise, he's one of the fucking best.
Yeah,
he is. But you also have to look at the backside of that and what he's done when he's not winning races. Eli, that is.
Oh,
yeah,
all those
nailed it in last year.
No. What I'm saying,
same thing as Stu.
Yeah,
checkers,
for sure.
Checkers or records types.
Yeah,
shit.
Exactly. It's just, once again, when you talk about the wins, Stu has so many more wins, not overall in the fourth, but I mean just overall in general, than Eli does at this point. But that's the thing, though, is I would take McGrath out and put him in. But you want to talk about that with Dungey. Like, look how many titles Dungey has. Look how many, when he's not winning, what was he doing, though?
He's getting third, dude.
He was getting third.
Yeah.
And this is not a knock on Eli, but when Eli doesn't win, up until this year, he's usually not third.
Yeah.
And there has to be something, to Cole's point, that has to be said about that. I think for me, it's always going to be hard if you're talking about just American racer or American series. It's going to be really hard for me to find anybody that's going to crack the RC Stu RV, that bubble of top three guys.
How many outdoor titles does RV have?
He on the 450?
Everyone he entered.
Yeah, and you got to remember, he only entered 2 on the 450 because the other years he was hurt.
Yeah, see, that's the thing. It's like, RV, yes.
But no offense to Eli, though. If Eli, RV is...
RV's got 4 in a row.
And RV, this is going to get a lot of people on our show pissed off, but if Eli and RV were to race, it wouldn't be close. RV, as much as... And you guys know this, I do not like RV. I like this version of RV, but as a racer, I didn't like him. As much as I hate to say it, that dude, you just couldn't beat that guy. Yeah. That fucking guy would, if him and Eli raced.
If he would have got off that Cowie, I think we would have liked him more.
I totally agree, because honestly, I like this version of Eli. And I don't know if that's because it's just later in his career.
I didn't like Cowie Eli either.
Yeah. But let's be real. RV versus Eli, RV would be the one guy that would be able to push Eli past his limits, and Eli would say, no mas. RV just did shit that, I don't know. RV is probably one of the most determined guys outside of Ricky that I've ever seen.
I'm just saying, when we get 20 years in the future here, and
where do you guys put him then?
I mean, it's in the he's in the conversation.
His career's not over yet. So
but where? But that's my question. Where in the conversation? Where is he for you guys, though? He's obviously top 5 from the sounds of it, but where top 5?
Right now he's up there. I don't even know if he's top 5 currently.
I think it goes Carmichael,
but
Stu. Are we talking just Supercross? Or we're talking?
I think you should talk about all of it.
I'm going to say, I mean, here's the thing, okay? So I think he's in the conversation already. You give him the Supercross title this year, okay, which chances of him fucking this up, very slim. Okay, so now we've got 2 Supercross, 3 outdoors, whatever, 3rd all-time, 4th all-time, whatever it is, and Supercross wins. I don't know where he stacks up outdoors. I'm sure we'll start seeing that graphic, too, if he starts rattling them off.
Yep.
and then you put him into, you say he wins another outdoor title, because that's very much in the cards. I would say it's. I know we're gonna fight about this, but it's very much in the cards.
Well, I don't feel like it's a fight. We kind of know it's gonna be. We know it's gonna be those two. Like, I don't think it's a fight. It's gonna be those two, and that's everybody else.
And then if he comes back next year and does relatively the same thing. Okay, now you're talking 3 Supercross titles, 4 outdoor titles, a possible 5th outdoor title. I mean, you're getting really up there in titles now.
How crazy is it to think, though, that
where it's like, other than MC and like
Ricky.
the Ryans and Ricky, and especially the Ryans who go 4 in a row, like outside of that, in the last, say, 20 years here, 25 years, I mean, you could even go back 30 years, because you could go back to like the early 90s, because that's when did MC go?
MC started his run after 92.
Okay, yeah.
How many did Dungey have in a row? 3?
No, he had 4. He did 4.
He won 20.
He had 3 in a row though.
Yeah, he won 20.
Oh, yeah.
He won 2015, 2016, 2017.
2017, yeah.
In 2017,
3
So-
in a row, it's pretty fucking impressive.
Yeah.
2 in a row is fucking
I was
impressive.
gonna say, so
In my
you
opinion.
you go 3 Supercross, 2 back-to-back. You go 4 or 5 outdoors, 3 of which were in a row. I mean, dude, you're really getting into some rarefied air there.
Here's a crazy thing, though, about this conversation.
Because outdoors, outside of Ricky, has anybody won more than a few?
Yeah. Well, Dungey.
Roxon's got 2.
Dungey.
How many
Dungey's
Dungey?
got 2.
Dungey won in 2010, 2012. Well, he won as a rookie, too. 2012 and what was it? 2015.
So Dungey's got 3. So he's got the same amount as Dungey. So
Yeah.
you put him in another 1 or 2 there. I mean, you're really getting in some rarefied air
Joe
there.
Bo's got 2 outdoor.
I think a lot of it depends upon. I think once he solidifies this Supercross title, he's in the conversation for top 5 all time.
For sure.
I think so. And then I think if next year goes even remotely close to how this year goes, and let's say he picks up one of the titles next, let's say between the next 3 here, outdoors, Supercross, outdoors, he picks up 1 or 2 of those 3. I mean, then he has to be in the all-time title.
Here's my question for you guys, though. How weird is it, and we kind of alluded or made a point of this, at least I did on the Indy wrap-up show, that we're talking about this right now because he has such a big points gap and he's won the 5 in a row now, but I feel like we're only talking about this because of the fact that his points gap is so big because of what happened in Detroit. Are we talking about this if he wins Detroit, but then Anderson gets second in Detroit and then wins in Indy, and then who knows what would have happened last night? And the points
It's probably a different conversation.
It is probably
See how weird
the points lead wasn't as big as it was.
See how weird
Yeah.
this conversation is to have, like how much things change like
that's a good
this.
point.
Hey, bro, we need something to talk about, okay?
No, for
Let's
sure.
face it,
It's just-
the
it's-
race wasn't that exciting last night, so
It's just really weird that
Yeah,
like
he ran away and hid.
how we do
Yeah.
this. It's really weird how we do this with small little and then we do it like everybody does it with sports, but it's just weird that like one little thing changes and we do this all of a sudden.
yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong. At the rate it's going here, he's won the last 5 now.
Yeah.
He still has a decent lead, even if Ando finishes second in Detroit. He still has a decent lead. I mean, you're talking,
And we give once again we go
you're
back
talking 20-some points.
and we also go back to the coulda, woulda, shoulda though.
Yeah.
And that's the thing that sucks about this whole thing. And I was having this conversation with Matt on Friday night is that if that doesn't happen in Detroit, and once again, we could go back, well, maybe he got it handed to him in Daytona, whatever. And then if fucking Ando doesn't take Mookie out in Arlington, Eli's has got a 3-point gap right now. That's the crazy thing about all this is so much stuff has fallen in, not for him because he's deserved it and he's put himself in good positions. So many things have fallen into place this year that I feel like it's one of those years that fucking nothing can go wrong for Eli.
Well, it's one of those things. When it's your year, it's your
Exactly.
year.
And how crazy is
And
that though?
It's been that way.
Because who knows what's going to happen these next 5 rounds. Outside of last night, the 4 races before that, once again, you could talk about how many things went his way to get it to this point.
Let me ask you guys this. Last night, after qualifying and the heat, did you see it going that way for Tomac last night? Or did
No,
you
I thought
think
Ando was going to win.
I thought Malcolm was going to win.
This is my
Nah,
point that
he's-
we're going to get to this.
Faded like a sack of
All right,
taters. and
let's
then-
go. Let's go to
but
second place.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, we'll get to
after
that.
qualifying and that, like, he was okay, and you kind of looked at it and went, he's probably gonna be on the box, like whatever. But I didn't see him winning the way he won, and then he came out in that
fucking
main
was
and just
dominating.
fucking
Well,
and he was hitting that
destroyed.
quad 3-3
Oh,
all the way
man.
through the main.
Let's
It was wild.
Well, let's go to Ando for a second before we
Okay.
go to Mookie. I don't know what happened to him in that main. Like, dude,
Ando?
with the way he rode in the heat race, and the way he caught Malcolm and then passed him,
yeah.
You use it all up in that heat.
I don't know.
and
That's what I'm.
Tomac,
That's what I'm asking you guys. Like, what do you think happened? Because he was just.
don't know.
I understand he was
I think
third, and
maybe
he got.
he used himself up, and Tomac just kind of chilled and said, "Hey, you boys go at it,
But
and then I'm
see-
going to save myself for the main."
Do we think this is a consequence of what happened in Detroit? Because that hasn't happened to Ando this year. We have not seen him just use up all of his energy in a heat race to win, and then him just fall. Because, dude, make no mistake, in my opinion, he fell flat in that main.
Yeah.
He only got second because Barsha went down. Had Barsha not gone down, I don't think he gets second.
Yeah.
I don't know what
Well,
happened
he
to him.
ain't getting around Barsha.
That's what I mean. I rewatched the race this morning, and I can't figure out for the life of me. He just looked like it looks like he couldn't get his heart rate up. He was just there the whole main. Was not doing anything crazy. Speed wasn't great. Like, I don't know what happened to him, and we haven't seen
You don't
that.
think it has something to do with that track being soft and gnarly, and he just decided at a certain point of like, look, points don't fucking matter at this point because
Second place in the points though.
Yeah, well, yeah, but even
That's
on
a healthy
even
track.
on Gypsy Tales, he was like, yeah, like it's kind of
Yeah,
cool
but
for
Indy-
bragging rights, but I mean, he's like, I don't even fucking know if I get a bonus for a second, so like it doesn't fucking matter. It's literally just like race wins to get money. So he doesn't know he doesn't really care about the points at this point because it's so far out of reach. It's
But he gets
fucking
win bonuses.
sketchy. Yeah, but it's fucking sketchy. And let's face it, he's also, I mean, Ando, Barsha, Stu, and Eli are all the same age. They're all 29. Okay, so he's
Barsha just turned 30,
so
he's got that.
So he's got enough veteran savvy to go, what am I going to do? Am I going to push and fucking go down again? Like, and fuck myself out of the rest of the season? Or should I just take the second, take whatever bonus money I get for second, and then fucking come back next week or in 2 weeks and try to beat him?
Outdoors.
Well, that's what I was about to say. If that's his
I think he's
mindset, if that's his
doing that,
mindset,
too.
I hope that's what he's thinking about because I think he can be really good outdoors on that Kawasaki.
He talked
listen.
a lot about that at
Well, he wants to
on
get
the
that
Gypsy.
fucking. He wants to get
Yeah.
that first just win.
Yeah.
That interview is good, man.
I did, yeah.
I
that
didn't listen.
Gypsy.
I listened to the snippet.
I
it's
listened
on
to
my
the
I
whole
love
thing.
too.
I love the. We were talking about this. I love the Resenting Championship whole conversation. See, I don't listen
I'm
to the
glad he
snippets.
fucking let that rip.
Yeah, you know
I
what
am
pisses me
too.
off? People are pissed off at him for saying that shit.
I don't care. I
Yeah,
think
fuck
it's
those
great.
guys. Yeah, I think it's great too. We asked for
It
all this
confirms
transparency.
Everything we thought.
Yeah, 'cause we all
anyway.
thought-
Can you imagine? Like, I don't even know where the trophy is. The fucking,
I know when
Doesn't
he was
care.
saying that, I was like, "Are you fucking kidding me?" Like, I may resent something, but like,
Or like, I got the whole shot and just faded to 18th on
He
purpose.
probably only
Yeah.
cared about. Well, dude, A1 that year was bad. We talked about
Yeah.
that on the show.
Well, he got
A1
a
was
good start.
terrible.
He got a good start and
yeah,
just fucking. He
that was
faded on
fucking.
purpose. He
That
told
was
us.
fucking wild when he said that. Like, dude, I fucking purposely
But it makes sense
faded.
though. It makes sense though. Like more of this shit happens than people realize.
Yeah.
Like maybe not a 450 title, but a lot of dudes like have
No,
won
it doesn't.
250.
We're all crazy.
Yeah, I know. We're all fucking stupid.
Crazy.
And then people getting on there and they're like, well, you know, what did he expect? Contractual obligations. And like, I don't go into my job and get a bonus. And then if I don't, you know, this and that, I'm like, motherfuckers, what? You bitch that you want people to be not robots. And then when
Yeah.
they go up there, it pisses you off. Whatever.
I don't know.
Fucking idiots.
Yeah, dude, it pisses me off so
That was a
much.
great listen, though. If you
Love
have
it.
not if you have not
Hey.
listened to the Gypsy Tale podcast with Ando, you should.
Another good one that's a great listen is Pastrana Whiskey Throttle. Fucking great.
I heard that's good. I haven't
Yeah.
listened to it yet. though.
It's like 6 hours long. I'm only.
Is it
like-
really?
Yeah, because don't they do it in parts? Like
I don't know.
part
I'm
one,
only
part
like
two?
an hour in, man,
I
and
don't
it's
know.
fucking good. He's starting to. He started talking about contracts and Roger and like.
I
the
still have to
racing
listen to
part
the
of
Denny
it.
Stevenson one.
Yeah, I haven't listened to that one either. The Whiskey Throttle, they don't push it to my Apple podcast. It's fucking weird. And then when you go in and look, like it's super fucking weird and like the seasons it's broken up into. I don't know. Whatever.
Off topic, but I love listening to whiskey because, dude, anytime can't even fucking talk, dude. We got my head's all fucked up.
Wow.
Any chance Ping can get to mention that he lost the title by 2 points, he throws it in there every fucking time.
I'm surprised he doesn't talk about the time his whole frame snapped in half.
He does.
Oh, he talks about
Oh,
that quite a few times. too.
Good.
Yeah,
'Cause
he
he-
makes sure to throw in like his accomplishments quite
Yeah.
a bit.
Well, I mean, you know, Ping doesn't get a lot of respect like he should. He was a good racer.
All
But
right.
Marv, just
Moving on. Marv,
there.
third.
Just kind of there.
I don't know. I thought he looked pretty good.
No, he
Dude,
looked
he's
good,
been
but he was
getting
just
quite a few podiums.
He was
I
just
thought
there.
about it, I was like, this fucker's got quite a few this year.
Marv
being
is well, let's see here. Hold on,
slowly.
keep
Yeah,
talking.
he's
He's
kind of
the
just
low-key rider of the year.
he's kind of just been like under the radar, just underneath the radar this year,
All right. So one.
He's figuring out that
2,
bike still
3.
too. You got to imagine.
which really
Well-
sucks because this is his last hurrah.
So technically, he's only got 3 podiums, but his finishes have been 4, 8, 10, 6, 7, 5, 3, 14, 6, 4, 3, 3. So
all over the place, but he's got 3 podiums.
yeah,
I'm really bummed though because he's not going to get a win in his last. I really wanted him to get a win before he.
It ain't over yet.
Dude, I don't know, man. It's going to be really hard for me to believe.
Anderson's going to think about outdoors. Mookie.
Honestly, I think he is prime for World Supercross here.
Oh, for sure. For sure.
100%.
And I also
prime.
think I've also heard some rumblings that Cairoli is really thinking about it too.
Want to know who else is really prime for it?
Who?
Cooper Webb.
Not shocking.
He's
Unless he takes that star deal.
Ando said that in the podcast.
Unless he
Ando
takes
blew it out. It's
Unless he
fucking
takes
hilarious.
that star deal, and then I don't know how that's
Blue
gonna
Web out on
Oh
it?
yeah,
I don't know what I was gonna
he
say.
goes, "Oh, I've heard Cooper Webb." He's like, "I'm looking at now." His thing is, it's like I don't want to add any races, and like Kawasaki has to say I can do it or whatever. And I'm like, well, first off, you're not gonna be able to do it until after you're out of your Kawasaki obligation.
It depends on if he's under Monster or Corporate Cowie. though.
I bet he's under Corporate Cowie.
No. Yeah, because they're kicking AC to the curb.
Well, I don't know about that. I haven't heard anything about that yet, but I bet
Yeah,
he's
they
under
should.
Corporate Cowie. So
Worthless.
because he was pumping up like, oh yeah, like dude, they're so fucking cool over there, blah blah blah. I don't know
That dude
because I don't
loved it.
watch the snippets. Did they snippet him talking about Husky?
There is. I haven't seen it, but it is on YouTube. Yeah.
He was
Well, there's one where something about Marv didn't want to fucking ride with him. Or
no. He went to Alden his championship year and told him, "I'm not fucking riding with these guys, so figure it out."
Yeah.
Why is that?
Because he didn't want to show him how to beat him, and he didn't want to show him how to get faster. He dives into all that. Like the whole podcast itself is worth a listen compared to just listening to the snippets.
I also gotta
because
listen-
There was a lot of shit in there.
I also got to listen to the part where he talks about how like he thought he could just wing it as a pro when he went through that whole thing with Bobby at Rockstar
Yeah,
Suzuki, and
to
like
start
Bobby
with.
told him to go away, like figure your shit out, and he just kind of because he was so used to winning as an amateur, he just thought, oh yeah, I'll just show up and race and I'll just win.
Well,
and then it didn't.
It was more of a he didn't do the off the bike stuff.
Yeah, that's
is
what I
was
mean.
really hurting.
He thought he
him.
could just go in and like just do what he did as an amateur and just win off talent.
Yeah.
And he realized that was
like I
not a
said,
thing.
that whole podcast was interesting because he blew. He didn't.
like
I mean,
Anderson.
it wasn't anything like super duper wild, but
More than
talking
other
about-
people, though.
talking
It's a
about
lot
the
of
title.
transparency, dude.
Yeah,
he
there
don't
was.
give
It
a
was.
fuck.
It was good. It was
He don't-
good. Talking about the title.
doesn't
Talking
give a
about
shit.
talking about Bobby Hewitt thing. But it was funny because Jace asked him like, "Oh, so I've heard that he might be doing something," and he just fucking moved right past it. Like, would not talk about it. And it's like, dude, if Bobby's doing something, Ando's going there. Like he's getting through
what's
his
the Cowie
Cowie contract.
contract? Yeah.
He's going wherever Bobby's at. Which I would not be surprised to see Bobby involved with this World Supercross shit either.
I heard that he is.
yeah.
Well, he's a businessman.
Yeah.
He knows how to make. But kind of like we talked about, he's a businessman. He knows how to make
that's
money.
Going to make money.
Yeah.
If we had some,
Jason Anderson's a businessman too.
did you know he got married?
To the
Is it
EDM chick.
legit?
To the EDM chick.
Yeah. Do you want to know how it happened?
Yeah,
Because he
God.
talks about it in the
Found a new
podcast.
Was it in Havasu?
No.
They
Better.
went down to the courthouse.
No. Better. He woke up on a Sunday morning and was just like, "You want to get married?" And she was like, "Yeah." And they drove to Vegas and got fucking married.
Is it the EDM chick?
Yeah.
Oh
no,
my.
no, it's not her.
No.
Yeah, it is. It's the
No,
same
it's
chick
not
he's
the
been
Chloe
with.
chick.
Oh, really?
Because I fucking on social media and stuff that he was talking about married or whatever on the podium, and I was like, "What'd you guys do to just go down to the courthouse or whatever?" And that his ex girlfriend liked my comment, like all pissed off.
Oh,
about
really?
it. Yeah.
Well, I don't know. Whatever.
Yeah, he got rid of her. She seems crazy anyway.
Whoever it was.
She's EDM. So
Whoever
yeah.
it was, yes, they literally
That's awesome.
drove to Vegas, got married. He's like, yeah, and then we went had some drinks and some chips at Chili's. Like it was fucking sweet, bro.
Dude,
and I'm just like,
Anderson.
okay.
Anderson is the kind of personality that we all talk about. That we need more of guys like that in our sport because he would just change things so much for a lot of these up and coming kids too.
Yeah.
To learn how to
Like the
be
whole
a
Team Fry
yeah,
thing.
be a
though,
business person.
You know where he's training this summer?
No.
New Mexico.
Well, I mean, that's what he did as an amateur.
He bought property so he
Well,
could be close
probably
to
cheap
his
as fuck down
family.
there.
Built a track, is what he said. He's training for outdoors down there.
Well, it gets hot as fuck in New Mexico, so that doesn't surprise me.
Yeah.
And like he used to have a track at his house that it was on Verb Moto all the time. So why not? He grew up in New Mexico.
Good for him, man. Do it on his own terms.
I think so,
Look,
too.
I don't.
like it.
I hate to say this. I don't think he has a shot in hell of doing anything outdoors because of Dylan and Eli. But if he can go in there and mix it up,
That's exactly what I was thinking.
did I not say Eli too?
You did say Eli,
I didn't
which I
say
was
just-
impressed
I
that
put a
you
lot of
threw that out
emphasis on
there.
Dylan.
But
Yeah, because he's the defending champion. What am I supposed to do?
He's coming in hurt.
He'll be fine by outdoors. He's not racing the rest of
look,
Supercross.
the big dog's on that team now, so the big dog will show him the way.
Whatever, dude. We'll get into this
Dude,
conversation
I'm
without
going to
it.
sound like Matt Wyman right now, but Dr. E is going to show him what's up.
Okay.
Dr.
Cool.
E.
Dr. E is going to give him some shots of reality here this year because he
Well,
hasn't really faced Dr. E.
Dr. E is gone.
Dr. E is going to trim him up.
That Eli's gone. The 2015 Eli doesn't exist
Get down
anymore.
to JT Cycle and get a trimmer.
Oh, my God.
Did you just say that? Okay.
Yeah, the 2015 Eli doesn't exist anymore. That guy's gone. He's 30 years old now.
He's going to win Hangtown by two
No, he
and a
won't.
half.
He hasn't. No, he won't. He hasn't won Hangtown in a long time.
He's going to win Hangtown by 2.5.
No, he won't.
Anyway.
No, he won't.
Anyway,
so
Jason Anderson podcast with Gypsies, really
Fucking
good.
awesome. Spoiler
and he
alert.
was very subpar last night.
Yes.
I mean, yeah, I got second.
I think, honestly, I mean, you are trying to tag a bunch of shit together. I just think he looked at it and went, I'm not going to do it tonight.
I think he's kind of the point where he's looking at outdoors.
He is.
And that's how we got into the conversation.
He talks about that on the podcast.
That's how we got into that. Is like he was really making an emphasis. Like I want to do good outdoors.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah, he still doesn't have a fucking win.
Yeah,
which is surprising
crazy.
to me.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's a moto win. That's it.
We touched on
Malcolm.
Malcolm.
Nah, he's not getting a win. He's not getting a win this year.
You think the Baker programs got juiced out?
I just don't think Malcolm is good enough to put it together for a whole entire main to win.
Well,
Dude, he
okay.
faded in the heat race. Like, he got the start. He got the start.
That was interesting. But
And
I
he
couldn't
got-
tell if he was fading. Like, I haven't looked at lap time, so I couldn't tell if he was fading or if they just got faster.
I mean, either way, it doesn't really matter whether he faded or they got faster. That just proves my point. And, like, once again, Arlington in the first main of the Triple Crown. Like, how many? He's won 3 heat races this year, right?
Okay, but do you not feel like this is setting up for next year to be like
No.
this year's good, but next year could be really
No,
fucking
because
good?
Eli is still going to be just as good next year as he was this year. Hopefully,
But you don't feel like there's some base being built here by
yeah, I do. But the problem is that Eli is still going to be Eli. Anderson is going to be Anderson, and that's all you need to know. Like, he's not going to be better than those guys unless they just. I just
know.
don't see
I feel
it.
like there's
Next
a bit
year's
of
gonna
a
be fucking insane.
I feel like there's a bit of a
and guess
swagger
who's
with-
guess who's going to be on a 450 next year too?
Craig
Jet Lawrence.
Nichols.
Well, yeah.
Oh,
well,
no.
Jesus Christ.
So
Cooper.
fun facts about Jet. He is going to do. He's going to defend
He's
next
gotta
year.
defend the title next
do
year.
select 450 Supercross rounds on the opposite coast.
Oh, I fucking.
and then
Oh,
go,
so he's gonna be like Cole Seeley.
And then go.
I
and-
like that though.
And then go 450 outdoors.
Yep, I like
Good.
that. I like that.
Well,
Info a la Cooksey and whoever his fucking.
However,
source
I
is.
feel like Jet would be prone to ride the 450 and weed it and throw a title away.
I don't think so.
for me, I don't.
I agree.
I'm-
I agree with JT 100%. Of he has a knowledge of beyond his years of racing at this point. Like the kid part of it is kind of like
Yeah, Indy
getting
was
shoved
impressive for
further
me.
and further
I didn't get
down.
to talk with you guys about Indy, but that was impressive to me that he.
But he also has it once again, though. I think he's gonna. It scares me with Jet, and I've said this to you. It scares me because he's so talented. I fear that because that 450, obviously, we all know once again, easier to ride, put it in the gear high. He's going to get into situations where he's going to rely solely on his natural talent, and it's going to put him on the ground. Adam Cincerello, same person, same thing. Like, Sexton is so fucking talented. James Stewart did the same thing. He's so talented, he's going to rely on that a lot, and it's going to be worse on the 450, and I feel like he's going to have some growing pains. Now, I think, 2025 rolls around, and this is going to be a different conversation, but I don't see him doing really that well his first season on the 450.
So, a wild thing I've been thinking about, and they've been talking about this, about the guys not retiring as early. So you look at it, okay, Barsha, Tomac, Stu, Marv.
Well, Marv's in his early 30s.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, and Ando.
Yeah.
So those 5 who are 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 from last night, all are past what used to be considered retirement age for the class, okay?
Yeah.
So we talk about these kids, oh man, they're not fucking doing anything, whatever. But all these old dogs, old being a relative term, are like still there. And it's like, okay, if these guys retired like the Ryans did, say 26, 27, you're talking all of a sudden AC probably is winning,
Yeah.
has won a race. You're talking Sexton's probably won more races. Because think about it, you could go back 3 fucking years. Okay, Webb's probably got 3 fucking titles, but but you're looking at all these other kids going, well, they all could have been doing more at this point, but we're not moving people around as fast as we used to, you know?
I think the thing with that conversation, though, and that's a whole nother can of worms, is outside of Eli, though, those other guys have not had to deal with what the Ryans had to deal with, what Stu had to deal with, what Ricky. And what I mean by outside of Eli, he's the outlier in that conversation because all those other dudes, they've all won,
Yeah.
but they didn't win like Stu, Ryans. Whereas Eli's the only one in that conversation. You go, well, that guy, he's been winning a lot, so he's had a lot more to deal with. Mookie has the 1 title. Barsha has the 2 titles.
Yeah.
Anderson has the 2 titles. But obviously we know what that 2018 title did to Anderson now. So it's like Eli is the only one out of that group where I go, okay, he is the outlier in that conversation. All those other dudes, Ryan Dungey and Ryan Villapoto literally started winning the moment they went into being a pro. Stu started winning the moment he went into being a pro. Ricky, you know. So I agree. It is interesting to think about had those guys decided to retire a couple years ago. But I don't know if it's the exact same situation as those guys. And I mean, Mookie hasn't done outdoors in how many years now?
Yeah.
So he hasn't had to complete a full season of racing.
Yeah, but I mean, so.
But you are right. Like, it
but
is an
if you,
interesting
I mean, if
think
you look
about,
at it and you talk about the Ryans winning
Yeah.
as soon as they went in.
Yep.
I'm not as up on that stuff. Like, I know who the guys were back then, but I would have to go back and look at, like, ages and stuff because it'd be super interesting to see
all 28.
who were the old dogs that were there. You know, were there a whole bunch? Was there only a couple?
Chad.
Because like I said, you're talking the top 5 guys from last night alone, all under the Ryan deal, would have been retired, which moves everybody else. I mean, you do that, Webb wins, Wilson gets second, and Bogle gets third.
And we're not even talking about if Ken Roxon was still racing.
Yeah. Which he's another one that's of that age.
Well,
group.
he's
That's
young.
so sad how quickly we forget about Rocks.
He would
That's
be
just
on
how
the
our
he
sport
would be
is,
on the
unfortunately.
verge of retiring essentially because I think he's only 27, 28?
27.
So he would be like on the verge of retiring. I mean,
back when the Ryans were at their like peak of winning, it was Chad, Kevin, Timmy was far retired at that point. Yeah, it was the same thing. There wasn't a lot of, Stu was in and out.
yeah,
Wasn't a lot of old dogs that were still doing
Yeah.
it. Chad, honestly, at the time,
which just
and we could talk about the 2011 season. We bitch with Matt about this. 2011, Chad actually probably should have won that outdoor
Should have
title.
won 12.
And RV would have won it. And Stu would have won 2012 had he not decided to kill himself at Thunder Valley.
yeah.
But like it is an interesting conversation to think about, like, if these guys weren't still racing, who would be the ones winning the titles?
Yeah, I mean, I need to go back and look at results, but like I said, when you go even to like last night and you go, okay, if you do a 26, 27 age retirement and you take the top 5 out of it, I mean, you have literally Webb, Wilson, Bogle is your podium from last
Bogle's
night.
like 42, so you could take
Yeah, I know.
Well, that's another
Well, that's thing. Wilson's that age too.
Yeah,
take
Dino's
Bogle out of
Dino's
it.
30. Dino's already 30.
I mean,
and at that point, Starling's podium.
Yeah, so then you get down.
My man Ryan
so then
Brees
you
is on
get
the
to-
box.
Then you get to Webb, Oldenburg, Hartraft.
yeah.
Like, think about that. Like,
I don't know. That is a crazy thing to think about.
But then obviously, butterfly effect changes everything. Okay, does Sexton crash as much because now he's winning? There's
And he's
more
not
confidence.
pushing
He's
as
not
hard.
pushing
Can
as
we-
hard.
can we
There's
touch on him
AC.
for a second before we go
Well,
back?
wait, let's just
Okay.
keep going through here. So we talked about Stu there. Barsha, 5th.
Would've
Good
got
night.
second.
What they
Yeah.
do with that bike, man? He's been riding really good the last couple of weeks.
He's
I
coming
said this.
on,
I
which
said
is
this after
weird.
Indy. Like, he reminded me a little bit of 250 Barsha the last couple
Yeah.
weekends.
Yeah.
I thought this was interesting at Indy. I don't know if you guys caught it, but I think they were testing a new like launch setting or something for the start. Because he was the only guy on the parade lap that set the whole shot device and did a practice start.
I don't know.
You mean getting
and then
the
I
forks
shit you
lower?
not, it fucking pulled the Holy.
You mean getting the forks even lower?
I don't know, or maybe just an ECU setting
Oh,
or
okay.
something like that. But he did a practice start, and then I'm like, they're testing something. And then heat race main event, he pulls the Holy.
Which is crazy to think because it's not like they can go much fucking further with all the electronics and all the shit they already have. I mean, when you got the rev box on there, like,
Oh, they
you can only.
Don't worry.
They can, but they
there
can
is
only-
stuff beyond what we can.
they were
fucking
doing
think about
something,
right
I
now.
think.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's all in the GPs right now. But there's only so much that those guys can even do before you start getting to the point that you don't have enough room to put that data anywhere.
I heard that Alpine Stars is literally mounting sensors to the guys right now to test out the G forces so they can figure out how to do the airbag system in Supercross.
yeah, well, taking that from Formula One. Anyways,
What?
Formula One has been doing doing that kind of shit for like 5 years. They literally have sensors.
MotoGP has that shit too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like the Formula One guys literally have sensors inside their cockpit that when they hit the wall, the ambulance already knows how hard they hit the wall before they even get to them.
Oh, yeah.
But you're talking about
But
the
I'm
G-forces.
talking about the airbags. So the MotoGP guys have the airbag
yeah.
system. You know, we've all seen it.
Yeah.
Supposedly they want to put it on their Supercross and motocross guys, but they can't right now because the certain G-forces from jumps and stuff would set it off.
But what I'm saying is like, even though that's new to us, that's old technology. It's just they haven't figured out a way to do it in Moto. Yeah. So that's what I'm
that'd
saying.
be really interesting. I don't understand how that would work. Like, it goes off after you hit the ground, or how's it going to know when you're about to hit the ground?
I don't know, because I don't know how the MotoGP stuff works. If you like hit the ground and then it does it, so that as you're rolling and stuff, it's like not as bad. I don't know. I mean, you can tell. Like if you watch those MotoGP guys crash, the suits are like this, and then they crash, and then they're like fucking, you know,
They look like
the
and
marshmallow
and-
man.
And it's the same thing. It's beyond like our knowledge, but I know in the Formula One, like I said, I don't know how the fuck they do it, but it literally detects the energy
Yeah,
that
well,
goes through your
Formula
body.
One's a fucking step beyond what I can
But
fucking comprehend.
well, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying though. Like
this is why I'm such a passive fan of it. Of like, yes, fucking awesome.
Look, I wish you guys would get up on my level so we could have these conversations because it fucking pisses me
I'll
off.
just ask you questions. Do they use all three tires?
No.
Or how's the tire thing work?
No, they don't.
Why do they have three different compounds?
We'll get into this when. Let's talk about this when we go to a break.
Could we put three different compounds on a dirt bike tire?
Let's
Make them change them?
look. Let's finish talking
Let's
about.
regulate tires in Supercross.
Let's finish talking about the moto stuff. Yeah. And then we'll quit recording.
Yeah, I wanna
since
do a
we just
format-
had a 25-minute conversation with our tinfoil hats.
I want to
on.
do a Formula One podcast so bad. God, I wish you guys would get on my level.
I don't have time to do another
I can
podcast
do a
during the
podcast
week.
with you about the Netflix series.
I'd love it. I'd love it.
Anyways, all right. So Cooper Webb, 6th place.
Dude, he was turning that bike.
How in the hell is he still like walking? Like, how many times is he going to backflip?
I didn't see the crash yesterday.
Pretty gnarly.
I
Dude, he
just
did almost
flipped
the
it
same-
over when they showed it.
It was
He did-
almost the same thing as it was in fucking Atlanta, or what was it, Texas, 2 years ago.
Dallas? When
Yeah.
he fucking
Same-
went on the
He
concrete?
literally did a full front flip.
Backflipped on the concrete.
Yeah, same thing, dude. Almost the same thing. How
Ralph Shaheen was losing his
he's a
mind.
lion. That whole intro at the races, he's a lion. That man is like,
I don't
know.
like the intro.
I know it's corny, but dude, it fits him.
The intros really suck right now.
It fits him. Seriously.
Like the opening ceremony
my
videos
God,
are also
yeah,
terrible.
the
it's
opening
it's
ceremony
it's
is
cringy.
garbage.
It's stupid.
I told him though, isn't it funny because you can tell the guys who they didn't know were gonna fucking be in the top 10 in
Like
points
Hartraft?
because their fucking videos are just race scenes.
Like Hartraft.
Yeah, but anyway, yeah, I mean, good on him for coming back again after another
The
gnarly
fact that he was
one.
even riding. I'm just impressed with that. I don't care where he finished.
So he's back with Alden. Did we talk about this last weekend?
We mentioned it, but
He
we
was
didn't
back
have
with
time.
Alden.
Huh?
Yeah, KTM made him go back.
Yeah, that's
I'm
stupid.
sure that really chaps his ass.
I guess he had to call and have a convo with Alden. Like legit have a convo with
Yeah,
Alden.
and anybody that thinks that all of a sudden
To
it's
be
just
able
going
to
to
go back
change
there.
for him, has nothing to do with that. It's been the bike.
They found something in the bike, yeah.
Yeah.
He made mention in a post-race interview or something somewhere I was listening to that they, Raj and them found something with the bike and put it on, and he just trusted them. And the way he was talking about it was very sparse, and I went, let me put my tinfoil hat on for this. When you say they found something, they figured out a way to put the 22 plastics on the 21
2021
chassis.
bike?
Yeah, I don't know.
Like,
He was
what do you
turning
mean
that
they
thing pretty fucking
found?
good? But I bet they
I don't know.
got a different frame or something.
Maybe. I don't know.
Well, that's
like I
like-
said, the
that's
way
Make
he
this
said
frame
it,
a little shorter.
Well, that's cheating.
it was very mystical the way he said it.
That's cheating.
You can't. No, it's fine. It's fine.
Oh, they all do that.
I mean, I
fucking
know they
shit.
all do it, but it's definitely against the
It's
rules. Like-
loose. The rule book's a loose.
All right, well, when
guideline.
you're a factory team, you can do whatever you want.
Yeah,
Yeah.
man.
So
That's great. Fucking awesome. Don't change.
Dino 7th.
Just, I mean,
Anybody
kind of.
notice anything? Nope. Okay.
Dean's
cool.
Dean.
Dean's Dean.
Look, Dino is just like, man, he has taken full advantage of the fact that 95 factory guys are not racing this week.
Dude, he's doing all right this year.
Yeah, but once again, like if all the dudes were
But even
there,
at the beginning of the
it's
season,
okay.
he
They
was
all
right
they
around
all know it.
top 10.
I know.
Bogle even spoke about it in his post race.
Look,
He's
Bogle
like, look,
has been on it, and I'm
He's been a little
getting
better,
better.
and I'm here for it.
all about Bogle.
Get your
Dude,
confidence
One
up
of the
a little
vlogs I was watching last week, somebody zoomed in on him trying to kick his bike and was like, "Poor Bogle." Suzuki,
Look, I
kick
can't,
it, bro.
It
I
was
just
probably
can't
a
wait for
troll
him.
train or something.
I just can't wait for
Yeah,
him to
it was one of the
retire
two.
and just see epic videos of him riding like in the fucking
bit.
hills.
Yeah.
God, I watch him every day.
I know you will.
Oh
Okay,
God.
bud.
Anyway, Oldenburg jumps back on the 450 for
can
ninth.
Can we
I
talk
picked
about? Can we talk about him for a second? What? What'd you say?
I did too.
I picked Oldenburg.
So did I.
How'd your fantasy go last night?
I only finished 3 points behind you with fucking
Seriously?
7 dudes.
Look, man, I tried to send it in
I
the
know, it was
250s,
not a great
and
night
I
for me.
picked two guys that I should have known better.
My
weren't
dude
good.
picked-
I picked Harriman and fucking. You picked Greco. You fucking.
I picked Greco and
You
Jurin.
What
Dude,
an
I
idiot.
looked at Greco, to be honest with you.
16 handicap, bro.
I know.
Fucking
I
well.
thought about it
I
for
thought
a
he was
split
smart
second.
enough after riding in the 450 class for 10
I sent
years.
it, dude. I had Harriman, Lionsmith.
Don't worry, Swole.
We'll go over
And
it.
then
We'll
fucking-
go over
yeah,
it.
anyway.
Tune
But
into the
Oldenburg-
fantasy show on
Oldenburg-
Friday.
Oldenburg, I know that he has been pretty good on the 250 East. And I, once again, kind of like the same thing with Dean, taking full advantage of a lot of guys not being there.
Dean's Dean.
But, dude, top 10 is respectable for Oldenburg. And I don't know if that team's going outdoors. I know that there was mention of it, but I don't know if that's a thing. I want to see him on a 450 full time.
They're going World Supercross, bro.
He's going world.
I think it's a bad idea.
Genova's going world.
I'd rather see him ride outdoors.
Nah, Genova's a
won't do it.
businessman. He
Can't make any money. He's like, I got to provide for my family, and I'm not racing.
Yeah, but
unless I
what
can
I'm
provide.
saying is the team even said they were going outdoors at the beginning of the year. So that's why I'm saying I'm wondering if they still
I don't
are.
have any idea.
I'd
but
like to see
I have a
Vince
feeling
outdoors.
with the way this
What?
World Supercross
Vince
stuff is going.
outdoors.
250.
Uncle Vince.
Uncle
Anyway,
Vince.
Vince Freezy's a good fucking rider, dude.
Yeah, we'll get to that.
Jesus Christ.
Heartthrob 10th.
Just there.
Chiz is going to chiz at 11th.
Whoa.
Hey, I was a little nervous because you guys aren't on the Twitter universe.
The Twitterverse.
He had a
sends
big
out
get off
a lot of
this week.
updates where he said he had to get off, his ankles and feet weren't feeling good, so I didn't pick him.
Well, at
Stay
least
away.
I did.
At least you know that 250 he'd been riding is just as fucking fast as that 450.
Yeah, so easy
Probably,
there.
dude. He's looking good.
Starling 12th. Good job.
Good job, Justin Starling.
Brees 13th. Good job.
Wow, was running 10th there for a while.
Yeah,
Who-
for a long
who's he
while.
battling with? He was battling.
He was
somebody
battling
pretty
with
high
Chiz
end.
for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah, Chiz.
Yeah, and then he decided on that little 353 section to blow the berm and go off the track.
Yeah, it's fine. Amart 14th. That's just who he is.
Oh my god, dude! How many times can that man crash?
I don't
It's a
know.
whoop
That was
section.
a gnarly one.
How many
though.
times? All the time.
Poor little pro.
Cade Clayson was 15th.
Kev cleaned him.
He did.
It was great. So
Fucking
great.
cleaned him.
Yep. Kev 16th.
Just 16, 16, 16.
Yep. Fast Freddy 17th. Tristan Lane made the main again. Good job. 18th. Jawan Cross
Picked him
made the
for
main.
fantasy.
19th. John Short was not on a factory HRC bike. 20. A-Ray did A-Ray things
I picked him.
21st. And Austin Politelli 22nd.
Not bad for Austin Politelli because I'm
good
pretty
for
sure
him.
I don't think he's made a main in
Yeah, he
years.
like low-key sneaks his way into a main every year.
Yeah, he's tall some bitch.
He's a gumpy motherfucker.
Dude, I remember when Verb Moto did like a day in the life with him when he was like on the one of the Yamaha teams in the 250s, and he's just a weird kid. I always remember seeing him at the Amateur Nationals when he was riding for Rockstar Suzuki. He's just a weird kid. Him and Rookie White.
So, California boys, you might know what happened. And I only seen him in one movie, but he was fucking hauling. Trent Pugmire or Pugmire?
Trent Pugmire.
What happened? What's that?
He
Was he
went,
legit?
Oh, he was legit, dude. That was back in the day when it was like fucking who was it? It was Jake Canada.
Jake Canada's legit.
Yeah, Jake Canada is legit. Tommy Week. No, Pugmire, I think he went he rode A, and then he took a break. I think he might have went to college or went into the workforce, and then he tried doing like Worx shit, and I think he just got sick of being hurt all the time. Legit dude though, especially him on that 85 because I think he grew up racing with like
Yeah, he was on like a Barner bike or whatever
Yeah,
Team Politelli was
he rode
on,
up.
I think.
He ended up. I think he grew up racing with like Dungy and all them.
Anyway.
Another one for you, Kyle Engel.
Yeah, he dropped off the map after he OJ'd that jump in the movie.
God, that was bad.
All right.
If you ever get bored, like just for like 10 seconds, just type in Kyle Engel on YouTube, and what is it, Reche Canyon or
It's-
something?
Watch Bird Moto movie.
Is it like the Phil Nicoletti crash? At
It's
the
10
Cali
times
test
worse.
track? Okay.
No, it's
Dude
literally
jumping a jump out in the hills and just goes to flat.
and
Like,
it's
off a mountain.
and it was and it was kind of his own fault because he like misjudged it because he's on a 250F, like his actual like race 250F, and then he realized, fuck, it's bad, dude, like really really bad.
He OJ's the fuck out of it.
Like you even watch it and you go,
Yeah, and like in the movie, there's a song and it's got like a ding, and they put that as soon as he hits the ground.
oh.
Oh, it's bad. But dude, to think of it though, that's a Red Bull amateur kid, legit fucking kid out in the hills just weeding himself.
Dude, people forget he used to fucking wax like a lot of the top dudes that are racing right now when they were in B class together.
A lot of dudes, Matt Bonney,
Sean Skinner.
fuck, we could sit here all
Dean
day talking about
Dias.
this shit. Whole nother podcast.
Kurt's just sitting here. All right. All right. So moving on, 250s here. 250s
Riddle.
brought to you by our friends at Holester Co.
UFC fighter.
Making Kydex holsters for things that go bang bang and selling things that
Bop,
go
bop.
bang bang and bop bop and boop boop and all the cool stuff. If you
Bootity
like bing
boop.
bing bop bop bang bang.
Hallam?
Yes, Mike. Yes.
Hallam.
Yes.
The boobs guy.
Yeah. yeah.
Yeah, the boobs guy.
Yeah.
Shout out to that guy.
And his wife Roxy.
Yeah.
She's a
No,
cool
good dude.
chick, too.
Yeah, we communicate on Instagram here and there.
Yeah, I know, because he probably thinks it's me.
He thought it was you on track
my
walk.
my personal Instagram and stuff too. He follows me and stuff.
Oh, okay. So anyway, so brought to you by them, miholsterco.com. Make sure to check them out. Like I said, for Kydex, holsters, and cool things like that. YouTube.
Good dude.
YouTube.
Seems to be.
YouTube.
I haven't met him in person.
Yeah,
Maybe I
like
have.
him.
He goes to Bucks, doesn't he?
I like him.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
Was he at Buck Bash?
I probably met him.
I don't remember.
Probably.
But we are virtual buddies.
We're virtual friends.
At some point, you've probably seen him and you just don't even remember it.
Yep.
That happens all the time.
Anyway, good guy.
Anyway,
Good guy.
bringing
Good
you
guy?
the
Good die.
Yeah, I don't.
Wow.
Dude, my head is. I think I hit my head today.
Cold drink too much last night and he didn't even mean to.
Wow.
Dude, that hot chocolate vodka. There was no hot chocolate.
Well, that was your problem. You were drinking hot chocolate and vodka. You should have
Yeah.
just drank the hot chocolate.
we could do.
Oh,
We could
God.
do.
I'm cringing just thinking about
We
it.
could do protein hot chocolate and vodka. I got a sick
Dude,
ass
we
hot
totally
chocolate
on the way
protein right now.
we totally on the way down to St. Louis just like need to turn a camera on like 2 hours into the trip.
Oh, you haven't seen my new camera that I got?
No.
I got one that clips onto the visor of the hat, so it's POV all day.
Oh boy,
PLVs are nice.
he's gonna get a POV from the backseat.
Make sure you go to JT Cycle and get a trimmer first.
Oh my God.
All right,
God
here
dang
we
it.
go. So Hunter Lawrence wins.
Good job, Hunter.
Trimmed up the competition.
Trimmed
Okay.
up the competition.
Yeah,
Trimmed
well,
him
you know,
up.
he was just on Drive to Survive, so good for him.
Went bang bang.
That's why.
Yep.
Craig got trimmed up.
So
Dude, he looked good though. Like
Yeah, I mean,
Hunter
yeah, it was
looked
good.
good. Got
He was
me. He
racy.
figured it out.
He looked good. He looked good.
Looked good.
Good for him.
Like he was
I mean,
barely trying.
he's
And
definitely-
Craig couldn't catch him at the end of that main. I think Craig was actually pushing.
He was.
Yeah.
I think you could tell.
yeah, he was, but yeah,
He
no,
was
they
super
kept
ass
it.
hurt on the podium. We'll get into that.
Oh yeah, we're gonna get into that real quick.
No,
here.
I didn't watch the podium. So.
Oh,
Oh
dude.
boy, we'll
he
get
wanna
into
fight
that.
Mosman?
He's sour.
Good for him.
Oh,
Poop
sour.
sour.
He can be sour on these nuts.
Yeah.
Wow. Jesus.
Anyway, so
Oh,
yeah, so he wins.
No, Hunter looked good. I
We'll get
mean,
into it.
that track just kind of fit for Hunter's style.
Yeah.
Like, it's not. Yes, we know that certain things happened that led to Hunter getting the lead, but with the way that track was, it doesn't really shock me that he won.
No.
That bike is a fucking seesaw though in the whoops.
Yeah, they need to fix some of that shit.
Yada 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 yada.
Oh, so sketchy. Poor guy.
But
I was
Hunter makes it
praying
work,
for him.
man. Hunter makes it work. Definitely
Praying
doesn't
for
have the jet set up.
Yeah, why isn't he on the jet setup?
I don't think Hunter wants to commit to the whoops that much.
Did you hear him make the little jab at like, oh, I can't wait for Atlanta so I can show little brother who the dominant Lawrence really is or some shit like
Dude,
that. And
I
I'm
am
like,
so-
oh boy.
I am so
Hunter,
ready for
let's
the-
go ahead and tone this down. buddy.
I am
Wait for him to actually beat him.
I am so ready for the East-West shootout, dude. I just am.
When is that? Next weekend?
It's the weekend
No.
after St. Louis.
No.
Yeah. We got weekend off, St. Louis, which we're
Easter
be
weekend.
at, and then yeah, Easter weekend, yes.
Yeah.
By the way, we're watching the race here because it's a day race, and then we're gonna do the show immediately after.
So
if
we
you
don't
want-
have to get together on
yeah,
Sunday.
So
On
this,
Easter?
Yeah, on
Easter-
Easter weekend, Easter
Saturday. The
There's-
race-
Next weekend.
No, the weekend after we get back from St. Louis.
Break St. Louis, and then the weekend after. It's a day. It's a
I'm
day.
telling you, dude, I'm a fucking idiot, dude. I don't drink anymore, and this is
Listen,
why.
it's a day race. The race starts at 3:00. We're gonna watch the race, then do the show after, so we don't need to get together on Easter Sunday.
Yes.
because obviously none of us want to do that.
All right.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
Glad we did that. All right.
Great.
Anyways,
Maybe if
Glad-
I'm not out riding.
trust me, you ain't gonna be riding.
Unbelievable.
I
Keep
ride
drinking,
still these
keep
days.
drinking vodka hot chocolates. You ain't gonna be doing shit.
We can have vodka hot chocolates.
I'm not drinking.
Oh,
vodka
then I won't
and
do
hot
anything
chocolate.
for 2 fucking
If I'm
days.
drinking hot chocolate with any type of alcohol, it's gonna be whiskey.
Wait,
What'd you guys
go
do?
back and say that one more time slowly for me.
I'm gonna drink any hot chocolate with any kind of alcohol. It's gonna be whiskey.
I thought you
Oh,
said.
last time Justin and I boozed hard. Justin boozed hard.
I thought you said if I'm going to drink vodka at all, it's going to be with whiskey. And I was like, wait a minute, you're going to mix vodka and whiskey?
Maybe when
You're
I was,
hardcore, bro.
Maybe
I'm
if I
out
was
on
still,
that.
maybe if I was still 20.
Oh,
but no.
Justin would have made you proud on New Year's Eve.
Oh yeah.
Or what day was? Or that was.
It was New Year's Eve.
Was it?
Fucking,
You guys have fun doing that.
No, I don't do that
way,
anymore.
I'm way
That's
too
why I
old
haven't
for that
drank
shit.
since then.
I'm way too old for that shit.
I'm
Are we gonna
done
drink in
with
St.
that.
Louis though? I mean, I haven't turned 31.
Yeah,
Hey,
we're gonna go to this
probably a little
little.
bit.
We're gonna go. There's St. Louis has
Saturday.
a cool little.
After the race?
A little bit.
Yeah. Well,
Because
how close are we to the where the baseball stadium is?
we're
hotel?
downtown. We are
Okay,
downtown.
we will go there because that place, it's like the only bars in the city, but they're all in one combined area. It's like a mall of bars.
All right,
Oh,
cool.
it's kind of like Glendale.
No, I wouldn't know.
Yeah.
Cole's like, I don't fucking know.
I don't know about the St. Louis shit. He doesn't know
Anyways,
what Glendale
all
shit
right,
is.
We'll
Sounds
go to
the
the
same.
PBR bar.
I'll drink some PBR.
No,
I'm
it's
out
like
on
PBR.
I know PBR pro bull riding. I
Yeah,
know.
you
I
gonna
was-
ride the bull?
No.
Hey,
We'll get
if
him
you
in.
guys want to see Justin ride the bull, comment below and Patreon us $2.
$2. Yeah.
$2.
Yeah, I don't know. Just help us pay for Justin to ride the bull.
Okay. Anyways,
And it will be on
Somebody
Instagram,
is
and
gonna-
we will go live.
Somebody's
Somebody's-
gonna send that.
somebody's gonna be on the bull, but it's not gonna be me.
Justin
We'll make it
Hartzell
happen.
live on the bull.
I will pay someone to get on
Justin
that
will
bull.
probably not make the race
you
or
can't
the car
bitch
ride
out.
home the next day, whichever day we do it. But
Yeah,
You
no
can't bitch
shit.
out. You
Yeah.
can't bitch out.
Anyways, back to
that's why I'm over here like, I don't know, man, because
back to the race.
Step up.
Back to the
we're
race.
going to that Pulp MX live show. We should just go there tanked because that will go well.
Oh,
for us.
I kind of want to.
Matt asked me today when he was here wiring up the oven. He goes, "Do they know who you are?" I was like, "I don't know, but we'll find out."
I'm assuming they do, maybe on some level.
Why? What are you gonna walk up to him and say, "Hey, I'm from this and this"?
I'm gonna hand him a business card. I have business cards now.
Oh boy.
And and Mike Grandal did tell Travis
Did
that
tell-
he would give him the vet if he called Steve Mathis Pumbaa
Pumbaa.
Mathis.
Oh, so do you want to wear the
He's gonna be
camera?
wearing a
Or
Moto
this-
Aftermath Show shirt.
Well,
What do you mean?
this other camera I got's a magnet to the chest, so you can get the whole interaction. if
See,
you want.
you're gonna be wearing a Moto Aftermath shirt. I'm gonna be wearing a Moto E shirt,
It's gonna go well.
and I don't know what you're gonna wear. You should wear
I'm gonna be
something.
cordial. I think.
Oh, I'm not gonna start shit. I'm just gonna be like, hey, like,
this guy over here,
yeah, he's
not
a fucking
hardcore like us.
dude. He is such a buzzkill.
Look,
Who?
you.
I ain't trying to start shit with people.
I'm not starting shit either. I just said I'm walking in with my Moto
I
E
just
shirt.
want to be a
on.
legitimate journalist and ask a legitimate question of like, so Steve, I heard you once sued Yamaha.
Here's the thing, though. You know,
because they fired you. Is this true? And that why you get free shit from them? all
Can't
the time?
wear that hat.
Yeah, I know. It's fine.
Okay, I just know. I'm just making sure.
I got a Alpine Stars hat
Okay.
that says
All right.
"Ride It"
I'm-
because
I'm-
we're just riding it. Bro.
I'm really glad that he
So
already is
you're
aware
gonna
of that.
stand up in front of the crowd and ask about him getting sued.
no ask about him suing Yamaha.
You're gonna do that.
And when he does
Yeah,
that,
why not?
if he gets
Oh,
picked,
I
I'm
don't
gonna
want-
move.
I don't wanna
I'm
be
gonna-
anywhere near
I'm
you.
gonna
Oh,
move to the-
come
I'm gonna
on.
move to the back row.
I don't want to be anywhere near it,
It's a legitimate thing.
but
'Cause
I
you know
want to
the-
film it from a distance.
You know what the funny thing is?
Such a bitch.
You know what the funny
He
thing
said,
is?
I
You
wanna film it,
if
but I
you
don't wanna
ask
be
that
any
if
part
you
of
ask that question, you know what the funny thing is? If Kiefer's there, he'll probably start cracking up laughing.
Dude, he will probably he'll be, and then we just gonna sit there and be like,
We're just gonna be really uncomfortable, and JT's just gonna be like,
JT will probably snarl at me,
with
whatever.
his
probably
stupid
escort
hair,
you out of
with
there.
his stupid fucking.
Huh?
You know,
Probably
wha-
get escorted
I don't.
out.
I don't. They can't really do that.
That'll be fine.
I don't think they can
Whatever.
really do that if he's not causing a commotion.
Gonna get up.
Steve, did you get fired by Yamaha and try to sue them?
He
Steve,
didn't
so
try.
I actually,
he did.
so Steve, I actually heard you're gonna write a tell-all book after this whole thing is done. How true is that?
Yeah. What is what's gonna be in this?
What's gonna be
tell-all?
on it? Is JT gonna be in it? Is Weege gonna be in it? What are you gonna do?
I don't know. Anyway, all
That'd be
right.
a better question.
boy.
Let's keep going. So let's
I'm
talk.
not gonna
let's
ask that.
let's get into
Don't
some sour subjects here. So Christian Craig is sour.
At Mosman?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why?
He was
Because
like,
he's a
I'm
bitch.
very
Oh,
sour
sorry.
about that. I'm very sour.
That was aggressive.
He
Sorry.
was like, he was whining his balls off.
On
And
the
this is another
podium.
reason that I don't like Christian Craig. He can be sour about these nuts. Moseman did not try to take him out, made an aggressive pass. Craig's
you can
front
clear-
wheel went out of the rut, and he wants to bitch about it.
Craig
and he
didn't-
was getting
Craig-
caught by Moseman.
He didn't check up. That's all there was to
Well,
it. Like
another
you
thing,
didn't
too,
check up
is-
and you let Mosman come
Another
up and
thing
make
too,
contact.
yeah,
with
and
you.
Mosman
Fuck off.
got
Acted
inside
very
of him.
entitled.
Mosman got inside of him, and the only reason they even touched is because Mosman pivoted, and then when the back end came around, it hit him.
Everybody want to know why I still think Craig's going to throw this title away because he's going to get in
Try
a
to big
fucking
dick swing and-
big dick swing with fucking Jet at goddamn Atlanta, and something's going to
both
happen.
gonna weed it?
I'm gonna be real. I'm gonna be real
no,
honest
I don't
with you.
think I don't think Jet's going to weed it, but I think Craig is.
I mean, we'll get to this when we get to that show, but I'm gonna be real honest with you. The more and more we keep talking about Jet and Christian, makes me believe that neither of them is gonna win the East West Shootout.
Oh, neither of them are going to win.
I think I said
it's
this.
gonna be a
I
dumb
think it's gonna be
weirdo win.
I think it might be McAdoo.
yeah. Yep. I
Yeah,
agree.
I mean, I'm,
You guys see what
I'm
I'm
with
saying?
you. I'm with you that something weird could happen, and
Because like,
and
remember when
neither one of them would
J-Mart?
win.
Remember when J-Mart won the East West Shootout
Yeah.
in Indy, and like nobody expected that.
But I still
sure.
am 100% in there that will be the end of Craig's title.
All I know
right
is
there.
they're going to do like a long whoop section and have like a little 3.53 after it, and Christian's going to try to hit it in fifth gear and just skip across like 5 whoops.
it's going to be
You know what's going to be awesome? Hunter Lawrence is going to inherit the points lead and wrap up the title before Jet.
That would be so
would
cool.
probably
That would be
be it,
super
yeah.
cool. Wait, how many more races after Atlanta
And then
does the
he'd be
West
like-
have?
I don't know.
Atlanta,
They must just have
Colorado. So 3.
yeah.
So
them-
you have Atlanta, Colorado in the finals.
yeah.
I mean, Theoretically, it could.
That'd be cool.
Wouldn't it be weird? It'd be crazy to see two brothers win both 250 titles, right?
Well, the stat about them being on the podium.
I think the
11
Alessis could have done it.
Jeff could have done it had he not been
just
like
fucking-
pointing lasers in people's eyes.
Yeah, but no, I mean, dude, after watching last night and listening to him bitch on the podium afterwards, 100% think he's gonna fuck himself into oblivion in Atlanta, trying to
I
be
feel
like,
like he's
I'm the man.
I feel like he's almost doing this, trying to get the bitching out of the way, because he knows when he goes 450 full time, as good as he has been on that 450, he's not going to be on the podium that much.
I was literally having this
I don't know, man.
conversation yesterday.
I didn't think that interview was a good look for him.
It's not a good look,
It's a terrible.
but all of his
terrible look.
fans don't care. Like his fans don't care.
Yeah, well,
I don't know, man.
only
That
got-
was just that interview is for me were a reason I can't get on board.
I mean-
I respect the hell out of him as a rider. Style's amazing. Love watching the guy ride, but I can't get on board with his character.
oh, that's what I was talking about that with last night was Tom Cooper, because Tom Cooper made some comment about Hunter in the heat and Craig getting by all of them or whatever. I'm like, Craig's been racing Supercross for over 10 fucking years. Hunter is on race 17. Hunter's literally through his first full 450 season of
250 season? Yeah.
Well, yeah, but you know what I mean.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
like 17 rounds.
Yeah, yeah.
One full fucking season of Supercross.
Yeah.
Craig's been at this for 10 years. Of course Craig fucking made a move in the heat around 3 of them in one fucking corner. Duh.
Yeah, I was a little surprised that like
Now,
he.
you want to talk about trajectory? I'm on the Hunter Lawrence train compared to fucking Craig. Craig's
is-
trajectory is nowhere.
Although you got to give the guy credit, he is really good on that 450. He's never going to win a championship, but you can't argue the fact.
This was another conversation we were having though. So what's his ceiling in the 450? Top 5?
I think he can podium.
I mean, he's been on the box already.
In a
he's already-
450 Supercross?
No, outdoors.
Oh, see,
So
I'm
he has a
talking
race 450
Supercross.
top 5, yeah. I think so.
I was going to say, I'm like, that.
No.
That's it. Top 5, and maybe for the next 2 years or so.
Yeah, but I mean
he's
that's
another
really
one
that's
30.
really good. I mean that's still good though. I
It
totally
is
don't disagree with
good.
anything you guys
I
are saying.
mean-
I didn't watch the podium interviews because I'd feel the same way you guys are. But like Christian is a really good 450 rider, but I was more shocked in the sense that he actually was caring to win that much. Because like Ricky even made the comment before like Mosman ran in on him. He
Yeah,
goes,
just let
Christian
him
should just
by."
lay up, let him go. What
Yeah.
do you have to prove? You have like a 30-point gap on him.
Mm-hmm.
Why? And sure as shit, Christian, he didn't have eyes in the back of his head and he didn't lay up, and here we are. Mm-hmm. But
Was he trying to big dick or what?
Yeah.
he's gonna have the East West shootout. I'm telling you.
He was trying to do it last night, too.
I will not be shocked. I actually am on board with you. I will not be shocked if he throws it away at the East West shootout.
I think
I don't
he's
know if it's
going
going to
to.
be racing jet, if it's going to be racing for the win, whatever. But he's going to get in this whole little mindset. He goes, well, I've been dominant and Jet's been dominant, and I'm going to try to go out and fucking win
That's
and do
exactly
this.
what's going to happen.
And it's not going to go, especially Atlanta of all places, because that track's probably going to be gnarly as shit.
I mean, honestly, I would say that about a lot of dudes. I don't feel like Jet or Hunter have that mindset. I don't feel like Mosman has it either. But there's a lot of other. There's a lot. Of
I
other
don't know
dudes.
what Mosman's got on his mind.
I don't know
honestly.
either.
Yeah, when we talk about him, his race was weird. His
That's
night
wild.
was weird.
Well,
Well-
I mean, it matches Michael motorcycles. Matt.
Yeah, and Mike and Mosman third place. Bent rear rotor. He bent it when he hit Craig.
Oh, that makes sense how
So
he
it took
dropped
him
anchor
Yeah,
as
it
much
took him.
as he
It took
did.
him a few laps
Yeah,
to
he
figure
had
out
to-
how to
he
ride
would've
with
won
it.
that race.
But yeah, that's what he said. Is he
I
bent
was
his
about
rear
to say,
rotor.
man, I was wondering what the hell was going on with him because I was like, dude, he would have won that race. Like,
Oh, yeah.
even if Christian had not gone down, Mosman was winning that race.
Yep.
Which makes his heat race all the more weird.
The heat race was super.
Like he
weird.
gets into fifth and just stalls out. And once again, we've gotten to the point that like a lot of these top dudes, when they're in the heat race, they're like, hey, just make it in, like gate pick as
Yeah.
long as it's decent.
I wish privateers would do that when I pick them.
But it was just really weird because I'm like, dude, fastest
Yeah.
on the board,
100%
pretty much.
with you,
And I'm
yeah.
like, what the
Fastest
fuck
in
is he
qualifying,
doing?
Gets in the heat, can't do fucking.
Well, that makes
anything.
more sense now
Then
because
gets in the main, and all of a sudden he's fucking.
I think he would have walked everyone. If I'm
Oh,
being
yeah.
real honest.
Oh, yeah.
I really do. I think he would have walked away
Yeah.
No.
because he was good. Like he was fucking good. And dude, and we've seen it obviously up until Indy with Pierce Brown. Dude, they got those gas 250s dialed.
Yep.
Those bikes are dialed. And I
Yep.
know that they're just a KTM, but whatever.
They're
like
good.
still,
They're fucking good.
Which makes me real hyped for Mosman
Yeah, but-
and Brown outdoors
So why are they good?
because they're KTMs.
Because it's last year's model still.
Well, yeah, that's not shocking.
Next year might be a whole different
Oh,
ballgame.
Brown's gonna be down in the brown.
you shut your fucking mouth.
No,
I mean, he's been down in the brown.
Look, bro, he's fine.
Look, I mean, next year could be not. Next year could be not good for Barsha either.
There was a glimpse for Mr. Brown though.
He'll be fine in St.
All
Louis.
right, so Shimoda fourth,
His dad got to see his dad.
Got to see his dad.
I was gonna make a comment just now, and
Don't
then I
worry, Lee
realized
Diffie's going back to Australia to see his mom.
I don't care.
To
That's
see
what he
who,
said.
Joe's mom?
No, his mom.
Oh.
He's gonna go see Joe's mom. I was
Yes,
literally
he's
about
going to Australia to see Shimoda's mom.
They open the fucking.
I was
borders up
literally,
and
I
shit
was
again, or
literally
what?
just about to make a comment about Joe's dad, and then I thought better of it. I'm not gonna do it.
Yeah, let's not talk about that.
Yeah.
But I
What did
mean,
you say? It was Akira and Narita?
so
That's not what I'm talking about. Joe looked. Are we talking about Joe right now? Or
yeah,
are we just moving?
Yeah,
Okay.
no, we're talking about Joe.
I mean, he's been on the bike for 2 weeks.
Yeah,
Yeah, he should have had fourth.
Should have. I mean, he should have just fucking sawed off Mosman's front wheel, but you know, whatever.
you know, I know we haven't talked about the West here in several weeks because obviously they've been off. You look back at that crash footage they had of everybody crashing.
There's been some yard sales.
fucking just
Joe had a
gone.
couple of them.
There's
Yeah.
some
Like when-
at yard sales.
Like when Gravity
Dude, when
took
he
over and
front
slammed
flipped
him
in
into
Oakland, dude.
Well, that one, but then when he scrubbed on the little double
Yeah.
and Gravity just decided to push him into the middle of the earth,
fuck that.
I really would have thought that after that happened that Joe was like, I'm done for the rest of Supercross. I'm just going to go right outdoors.
Yeah.
no, I don't think he's got a choice.
I know he doesn't have a choice, but like that crash was bad.
Yeah,
The luck pro circuit has it's just terrible.
I don't know what it is.
It's
Seth
just been
Hammaker
terrible.
Seth Hammaker might be back for the last couple rounds of Supercross though, so that's pretty cool. They'll at least have one other guy in the gate.
Interesting. Vince Freeze, 5th. Great heat race.
Can we
Won a
get
heat
that
race.
Freeze
fucking-
is a good fucking rider.
That fucking
I
calm
stand
down,
with
bud.
Vince
That
Freeze.
fucking that fucking
Uncle
heat
Vince.
race was badass.
He was good.
I want to be real honest with you. At a night that there wasn't a lot going on, that heat
Yeah.
race between him and Nate was dope.
Was good.
That was
really
good.
good.
Nate should have been a podium. By the way.
And we can
Yeah,
talk
he had some
about-
bad luck on
yeah,
that one.
Wow. yeah,
Anyway,
somebody called
Vince
that.
fucking
No, you didn't.
Freeze,
Shut up.
boys. Hey, also something funny. So the Twitter, you know how
the
how
Vince
people
thing?
like hit me up with Vince Freeze. So after the A-Ray and Devin Raper thing,
Yeah.
I changed the name to Devin Raper.
Oh, that's awesome.
So like today, somebody hit up the account and was like, "Dude, found this toy of you in the store, and it's a Devin Raper toy, like the Supercross toy. Like,
That's
think it's
awesome.
actually Devin Raper, but it's us."
You know what you should change it to now after the incident that happened in the 250 qualifier? Change your name to Chance Blackburn.
yeah, there you
Oh,
go.
dude, I should. I should.
That's awesome.
That'd be funny.
I just like the screen grab where he's like this to the guy.
Oh,
It goes like somehow you get Chance Blackburn, like
We're-
a lot of followers all of a sudden.
we're gonna get to that. We'll get to that. It's in my notes.
Okay.
All right. So Marchbanks. Anybody think Marchbanks was gonna do shitload better than he did?
He just needs to
That's
get
what
on
happens when you have
450.
Addison's disease.
I mean, he was fast in qualifying.
Needs
Looked
a
good in his
450.
heat. Yeah, I don't know.
Just needs to be done with the 250.
This is who he is.
This is who he is.
But 6th anyway. Chris Blow 7th. He looked good all day.
That fucker, I should have picked him. Every time I pick him, though, he burns
Two
my
handicap,
balls.
I was
He
out on
trims
that.
me up every time I pick him.
God damn it.
Christ.
Stop.
Jalik Swole.
I don't care.
Reset, bro. Reset.
don't
Reset.
care. I
And
don't
we're 8th.
Yeah, he was like, what? They're like, yeah, we worked on a lot of stuff in the off time. What'd you work on, Jalik?
Now, if you listen to old Ando talk about the Rockstar Husky team, this isn't a surprise.
Look, to be honest with you, there's already a lot of people out there that know about the whole swole thing, so I'm out. I don't care.
What are
yeah,
you talking about? About his dad?
There's a lot more to it than just all that anyways.
What?
I don't know. Anyway,
I just know about the coquina.
Anyways.
we'll talk about that later.
What do you know?
I probably know just as much as everybody else does, but
It
there's
was
a
very
lot.
unimpressive.
I guess I don't know.
But the Rockstar Husky team, I don't think is really.
What?
It's
What's gone to
not-
shit since Bobby left and then with Scuba left?
Yeah. Ando said the only person left. There's only like a couple of people left there that were original, which is like one of his mechanics and like a couple of the truck drivers. Outside of that, everyone
Well,
else
hey,
is gone.
they just hired Zach Osborne to a 2-year deal as a brand ambassador, so good for them.
yeah, they need somebody.
Good for Zach, though. He's going to be
Oh,
the
you got
next
nothing.
Ryan
You got
Sipes.
nothing. You got nothing about that. Ryan Sipes, luckily, is able to walk right
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
now. You got nothing. You got nothing on that one.
on what Zach? I mean,
Yeah, I thought you were gonna be a little bit more hyphy.
I
Well,
mean,
he
did you
retired,
see him?
fuck
Did you
Zach
see him talking? Did you see him talking shit on Twitter
No.
to some kid about racing fucking GNCCs or something?
Oh,
was
dude.
He was
hilarious.
Post-retirement
about him.
Osborne
Wait,
is
about
funny.
him racing GNC? Zacho?
Yeah,
What was he saying?
I don't know. Him and some kid were going back and forth or whatever about him racing some GNCC.
Yeah, because homeboy
whatever.
thinks he could fucking train GNCCs and go win a championship.
Well,
He can't.
maybe he can.
No, he can't.
Why
Riding
can't he?
style?
What?
Why
His
can't
riding
he?
style? You
Yeah,
think
it was
he's
a-
That's
gonna
part of
leap
it, but
into a
no,
tree?
he is really, really good in the woods, but that man will not beat the group of guys that race GNCCs right now. Those dudes are fucking gnarly. And he's
Or
lucky
maybe,
Caleb
who knows?
Russell doesn't race it anymore.
Who knows? I don't know. We'll have to see.
Yeah, we'll see.
All right.
not.
Robbie Wageman, 9th. Okay.
About last in the first corner, by the way.
Is he still fifth
Yeah.
in the points?
It's tied for 6th.
Who's he tied with? Do you know?
No, I don't know.
Oh,
I don't know. He is 6th. Yes.
oh, okay.
All right. Let's go back here. Come on. Load for me. Load for me, baby. Load for Work it. Work it.
Was
Ooh,
Carson
not
Mumford
working.
11th?
No.
Oh,
No, weird
DBK
guy
was
going
not
into-
happy. DBK was not feeling themselves
There we
yesterday.
go. Derek Kelly, 10th.
I picked him. Picked him. He's just a solid dude.
Just rolling around. Nate Thrasher, 11th.
Should have been a fourth.
Well, it's so weird how some of us thought they wouldn't do anything and just won some weirdo speedway races. And wow,
There we
I'm just
go.
gonna plead
look at
the
him
fifth on this one.
Look at him.
Here, I'm not-
look
I'm
at
not-
him not doing. Hold on, let me just pull up his results for the year here. So
Okay.
I can just.
Well, here we go.
Oh wow, look, 11, 21,
All right, try to
7,
trim this up
4, 8, 5,
4.
12.
Yep. Would have been fourth.
A fourth.
Would have been a fourth. That's a good finish.
Woulda, coulda, shoulda.
Would have been fourth.
Yep.
Yep. I mean, he's getting real close to winning a race. Not. So weird.
He'll win. He'll win
So
East West.
weird.
He'll win Atlanta.
So weird.
He'll
how
win
some of us-
Atlanta.
No, he won't.
Yeah, he will.
So weird how some of us.
I forgot we
called
got
this.
speed races.
Well, we got one. He'll win Atlanta. It'll be
Carson
fun.
Mumford, 12th.
Eh.
Anybody? Anything? Nothing? Okay.
No, Dylan Schwartz wasn't there, so I don't care.
Carson Brown was on my fantasy team,
Carson
and
Brown
then I
also
took him
decided to
out.
crash.
Then I took him
Oh, you
out.
should have kept him.
Yeah, you
No,
should've kept him.
thank fucking God. As I'm watching him pick his bike up in the whoops for like the third time, I'm going, thank God. I got
It'd be a
smart
good
there.
pick next week.
-2. Fuck that. Dominique Thury got a great start in the heat and led some laps. That was fucking cool. And didn't look terrible.
I almost picked him just because he had some
I
experience
did
on the
too.
450.
I almost did too.
I should have, damn it. Wyatt Lyonsmith held my team together. And my first to the finish line. That's what did it for me.
Mitchell Harrison update.
He's coming off that broken foot. That's why he just.
When did he break the foot?
I think right after the last
A3.
Yeah, whatever the last round was.
What was going on before that?
Just a lot of shit, man. I already told you this. New team.
We can't talk about it. It's
Right,
like
it's all-
Walker with you. We can't talk. Like I can't talk about Walker with you, and I can't talk about Mitchell with him.
Yeah.
So I'm going to do a podcast by myself, and all I'm going to talk about is Walker and Harrison. Those are my two guys.
No, we can talk about him, but we can't talk about him the way that you want to talk about him.
Nope. We cannot talk. Neither one of those. So look, Mitchell Harrison got 15th last night. We're just going to move on.
We are. Just move on.
16th, Cade Namarine. He got back up into
you
double
pick him?
points. Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Pretty sure.
Fuckers.
Is that like your new
I took
guy?
him off my team.
Is that like your new guy? You've picked him quite a few times this year.
He is.
You must have a lot of faith with him.
He is. Yes.
Yeah, wait till
he did come
outdoors.
off my team for a second, and then he went back on.
Wait till outdoors. You shouldn't ever pick him.
Jerron Stapleton, 17th. The guy that fucked me in fantasy last night, Ryan Surratt. Great job, buddy. 18th.
I think Ryan Surratt is regretting riding a 250 in Supercross.
Wyatt Lyonsmith, 19th.
I picked him.
Jesse Flock, 20th.
First 250 man. Good for him.
Yep. McCullen Heil.
Yeah, he's made a couple. I don't even know who that
20
is.
He made the Triple Crown one.
He doesn't even have a picture on here.
Well, because I don't know where he's from.
And Trey Fierro, 22nd.
First 250 man as well.
Yep.
Good for them.
Good for them.
Really thought Josh Greco was going to make it. Fuck.
I don't
Dude,
know
he was
what the
close.
fuck you were
I
thinking.
thought he was
God,
going
I-
to. Dude, no.
Well,
I mean,
I'm sorry. He's been riding the 450
I was
class
out
for
when
10
I seen
years.
this Colin Jurin dude had 2 kids, worked a normal job, brought his
Yeah, but
wife
see,
to the race.
here's the thing. Colin Jurin, he only shows up at Seattle, and he's made it every time.
That is true.
He doesn't race Supercross
That
other
is
than
true.
Seattle. And
Never heard of him.
You've never heard of him? Oh, well, he's a tall son of a bitch.
All right, one more thing I want to touch
So
on.
like Seattle Supercross has a Colin Jurin and Washougal has a Tommy Week.
Yeah.
God, I miss watching Tommy Week ride.
All right, so one other thing I want to touch on with you guys here, and we kind of were talking with Kev about this. I don't know if you were on yet or not. So these teams, none of them have backup riders. So when shit goes south, like it has been,
No fill-ins.
there's no fill-ins
Oh,
to be had.
Rocky Mountain's been trying to get a bunch of
Rocky
dudes, and
Mountain
everybody's
has.
like,
We
fucking
talked about
no.
that with
And
Kev.
this
Everybody
is
told
my,
him to get fucked.
Yeah, exactly, because it's a one-race deal, which you're not paying them to do. They're on a bike they don't fucking
And then they're
know,
gonna piss
and
off
you
your
gotta
other
piss
sponsors.
off all your other sponsors because you can't run them because you're on the Rocky Mountain team. When do these teams get smart and figure out we need to have a guy on payroll?
Pay a dude $50,000 a year.
That's
to be on
exactly
standby.
it. Just have him just pay him for R&D. Every single one of these teams should be able to come up with $50,000 to fucking have a guy for R&D that when somebody gets hurt, boom, you're in. I don't understand why this doesn't happen. We see this every single year. Attrition rate, okay? I mean, you're literally looking at like
Factory
two-
Honda didn't have a rider on the track last night.
I know. I know. I mean,
Factory Honda doesn't need a rider though.
Yeah, but still though, they go racing for a reason, and when you don't have a guy out there, like I'm not disagreeing with what you're saying. You're right, obviously, but like you don't have a 450 guy in the series that you like.
See, I think it's switched up for them though because now they have a 250 program, and look where their 250 guys are.
Yeah, but still though, the 450 class is where they put all their focus on. Like it's not a good look when you don't have a guy on the track.
here's my
with a
opinion.
factory bike.
All these teams should have 3 dudes minimal. Period. Like,
Unfortunately, the 450s
racing.
the 450s will never do that.
I
though.
know, but it doesn't make any sense
So
to me.
dumb.
Because, okay, you have one dude out, one dude crashes out. Now you're running with one guy, and then you have, like, last night where fucking Sexton hits the ground to get in practice. Now you have no guys.
Thank you, Honda Transmissions.
Like, you should have a guy waiting in the wings, and you should have
But it's kind of like we talk about
period.
the same thing with the World Supercross. What they're expecting out of though, I've had this conversation many of times. I don't understand why they don't have 3 guys. What do you do with that guy for the rest of the year?
R&D. He is R&D.
Yeah, but what happens? What happens if
you're testing? They're already paying someone.
Yeah, but there's
Honda's
a lot of
paying Trey Kennard.
It'd be like I'd like to know what the details were with Phil's JGR program. It'd be just like that, literally.
Well, you
that.
got Tickle at Kawasaki. You know, you've had Ivan.
Exactly.
But the problem though is that
Those
a
dudes
lot of
never step in and race.
there's a lot of guys though that don't know how to test.
I was going to say, and here's the problem. They have those guys, okay? But they're not guys that can step in and fucking race.
Yeah, but
Like, you need to have that guy. Well, and that's fine. There are guys that can't test. You're not getting that job.
Michael Lessie
guys
can
that
never
can guys that can test are the ones who are going to get that job. It forces these guys to know their bikes better. Because think about it. You want an opportunity to try to fucking move into that spot?
Chisholm.
No problem. Bingo. Like, it's to me,
Starling,
it's
probably
fucking
be a good guy.
stupid. It's fucking dumb because there's no reason you shouldn't have this. This is like a fucking restaurant not having a dishwasher because everybody else can wash dishes too. Yeah, okay. Like, it's fucking stupid not to. So, I don't know. It was something I thought about. It was brought up somewhere on something I was listening to this week, and I just looked at it and I went, this is really fucking dumb. This is really fucking dumb. I think it's a big oversight on these teams.
You know what really sucks about this whole conversation though? There's a team in the pits that had 3 450 guys, and their team didn't have any of their guys on the track. Rocky Mountain,
Yeah.
Joey Savant. So it's like it's almost a shit show no matter what, because then there is one team, and of course, of all teams, it had to be Rocky Mountain. They had 3 dudes, and all 3 dudes are not even.
Oh, they're
racing.
probably like, fuck yeah.
Yeah.
We really don't have to pay them.
And that's what I mean. Obviously, like we talked about with Kev, they fucking contacted a whole bunch of dudes. A whole bunch of dudes.
They hit up Kev, didn't they?
Yeah, Kev was the first
They
one.
hit it, and
He
Carnell
said
was
they
the
were
last
first
one. I'm pretty sure they hit up Brees.
Yep.
Which, good on Ryan for not taking that.
Yep. Tristan Lane.
Yep. And then I think they hit up maybe one other person. I think Carnell.
That's such a slap in the face to them.
I mean, but
Like,
what do you
none of
expect?
these fucking dudes.
Like I said,
Here's a funny
what do
thing
you
too.
expect?
I almost think that outside of everything we just talked about of like why guys aren't taking the one ride deal, a lot of them probably like, I don't want to go to the Rocky Mountain team. Not a good look.
Yeah, I don't know about that, but I feel like
Why would you?
that's not as well known in the pits. Or
I think
like as
I think a
looked
lot of
at
the
as-
privateers know it.
I think they do, but I still feel like it's not quite as viewed in the pits by a lot of the privateer guys the way that we view it. Just from talking to some of these guys, it's like,
Well, just go ask Benny Bloss.
yeah, he's coming back for St. Louis.
I-
So
Blosses?
yeah, that's what I heard.
Yeah. Well, and like Kev said, Anstey's going to be back. McElrath's going to
Yeah.
be back. Obviously, Sexton.
Yeah, so it's gonna be interesting. There's some guys coming back, so
That's going to put some guys out the show.
And the other thing is too, okay, let's say these teams don't actually put a dude on payroll. Why do you not have a guy that you're not backdooring bikes and parts to step into that role? Like, for example, Rocky Mountain. Why is Rocky Mountain not giving Kev bikes and parts to go race? To then say, hey, by the way, here's part of your deal with that.
mean
If
like-
we get in a pinch where we need someone, you're it.
You mean like Husky's been doing with Josh Varese?
Bingo. Why are they not doing that either? Because, how many of these teams are backdooring parts and bikes to people anyway? At least parts.
Because the problem
We
is,
all know that's happening to
parts, for
multiple
sure.
guys.
Because the problem is I think that a lot of these teams will do it, but they also are going to want a little bit in return, and I don't think a lot of these privateers can afford it.
What do you mean a little bit in return? Like, what do you want me to run the
Varese-
fucking twisted T graphics?
No.
Okay.
No. Varese, I can guarantee you he's getting stuff from them, but he's also paying for some stuff. They're not just giving him because they
he's
give him a
probably paying for a
ride.
little bit, too.
And another thing, remember how we talked about this whole Blaine Silvera?
Yeah.
Dude shows up on the Twisted Tea. I don't know, Blaine. I don't want to talk about shit about him. I've never met the kid. I don't even know what he looks like. He's got Twisted Tea graphics on there. I'm pretty sure his bike was underneath the rig there and then in Indy. Blaine Silvera's never even made a main.
Better. He probably brought some sponsorship on board.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I don't know. But
It's just like fucking what's his nuts in Formula One that sucked at
Mazepin.
driving.
yeah, Nikita
Yeah.
Mazepin.
Yeah.
Yeah, because his dad was
Yeah,
fucking
I just
oligarch.
I just watched
Eula
that.
Carly. That's
They can him. Mazepin?
Yeah, because of the Russia thing.
yeah.
always Russian, so they said,
Yeah,
Oh,
bro, he's
which, by the way, we can touch on this too.
Babashev's here in the States still.
Yeah, he's racing outdoors.
No, he's not.
Well, yeah, the whole thing came down, and now there's other people that they're trying to. Dude, there's so much.
They're trying to
It's
fuck him here in the States too.
AMA says no one from Russia can ride.
That sucked.
It's
Kinda.
fucking dumb. Have you guys heard the rumors that Cairoli and Hurlings are coming?
Hurling's not coming. Cairoli is. I already knew that last year.
I heard Hurlings is coming now. He's going to say, and it would
He's
make
not-
sense
he's
if they just take all their funding from
Where-
those
He's
two.
not coming. He's not coming.
Yeah, he probably won't.
Cairoli is coming. Yeah, that was already established at the end of last year.
So the Cairoli thing, yes, I've heard more about. Hurlings I just heard last week, and I heard that we'll say percentage pie is lower, but I heard it's not zero. I heard it's not
He
zero.
does this every year. Though.
I don't know. Yeah, but this from what they said, this was a little bit different than in previous years. So when is he due back?
Well, they go back racing next week. From his injury, I think he was supposed to be off the bike for like 2.5 months.
So when does that put him back on the bike earliest? Here
I think that
anyway,
would put
we
him
think?
back on the bike literally right around the time Paula. Like right before Paula, the first round.
That crazy bastard would fly over here.
Oh,
and
he
race.
totally would, but he's not coming. As much as I would love to see it, I guarantee you, he has too many.
How many rounds in are they going to be by the time that happens in the end of May?
Jesus Christ, probably
First part of June.
7-8 rounds.
Does
7-8
it-
rounds.
That's way further in than the past years.
Yeah.
Right? I mean,
Yeah,
we
but you guys got to
expected
realize
that.
though, like he has way too many sponsors.
I don't know that he's going to come over here and race the series. I don't know about that, but it would not. Again, and we do this a
You
lot
come
of
over here
years.
and race Redbud. Get
But
a
it-
little prep in?
I
well,
was gonna say, but
Cairoli
it
is.
would not
Look,
surprise me to
Cairoli's
see
on
him over
Marvin's
here.
bike. Cairoli's gonna be on Marvin's bike.
Yeah.
Where are they gonna find another bike for Hurlings though?
I mean, they can move some funding around.
They'll find one.
It's not- it's
Dude,
not-
It's
Hurling-
Jeffrey Hurling.
I understand that, but Hurlings commands a lot more stuff when you start talking about him doing a whole entire series. Look, would I love this conversation? Yes,
Did he
because
just
then
miss-
the conversation
Did
would
he just miss the words that came out of my mouth?
money.
I didn't think the whole series. I'm
How-
not
so
saying
what-
that.
but okay,
it's like
so what is he gonna-
Cairoli. It's like Cairoli's.
But
not doing the
Cairoli's
whole series.
retired though.
Yes.
Hurling still wants to go win races.
Kyroli isn't going to do the whole series.
No, he's only going to do selected races.
Which is why they give that a low probability
But
too. They think it's going to happen, but
He's
it's a low probability.
He's probably going to be here for select rounds because he still
I bet
rides.
they all do
Okay.
Redbud just to get ready for MXGP.
So
But what's Hurling's going to do though? So like, as competitive as that man is, what is he going to do? Like
Okay,
3
so-
races here and then 3 races over there?
I don't know.
It's not how he
It,
operates.
it just really depends because I mean, dude, you look at he's missing 7-8 rounds.
yeah.
Even if he wins out, which is possible, we know it's possible.
He still
with him.
wouldn't win though. He
Yeah,
still wouldn't win.
He still wouldn't win the title. So what's the point then? At that point, what do you want to do? Do you want to go over and do the same shit?
Because I
Do you
think
wanna
coming
do different
here,
shit?
I think-
no, I'll agree too. The sponsor thing is
He's
a
not gonna make
fucking
as much
thing.
money here.
Is a thing. But what do you mean not make as much money?
He will not make as much money coming over here and doing 4 or 5 rounds as what he makes over there.
Like they're not going to pay his salary money?
Yeah, they won't pay him that salary. There's no way. Not as much money as they're paying Cooper Webb, and then how much they had to pay Marvin, and how much they're going to pay Cairoli.
So do you
I
think-
bet you they allocate the budgets are separate.
I mean, I bet
They
he's,
just
I
take
bet
the
he's still
European
getting
budget.
paid.
he's
his
not going to
normal
get.
Euro
He's not going to
budget.
get paid by his European sponsors though to be over here.
Well,
Maybe.
No,
Globalization.
no, they've already talked about this in full. It's not going to happen. Look, guys, would I love to happen? Yes, because you know I'm a Jeffrey Hurling's homer. It's not going to happen. There's a
you
reason
beat
why.
Brandis?
What?
Just for Andis.
Fuck no. Ferrandis and
Are you
Eli wouldn't even on the same level as Hurling's.
I
It
would
wouldn't even be
love to
close.
see Eli on a star bike against him.
It won't matter.
Without having a title fucking
Hurlings would still beat him.
clinch going on.
Nope. We can have this conversation over and over again. I don't care what anybody says. It doesn't matter.
Dude,
Tomac's not gonna. He won't be Hurling's outdoors.
the day that Tomac beats Hurling,
We're never gonna see it though. That's the problem.
I'm just sending pictures of Blackburn's double barrel middle finger on Justin's Facebook page all
That's
day.
fine, but I don't think it'll happen.
It'll never happen.
don't know.
And we've already had this conversation a million times. And you look at Hurling's record versus Eli already, and it's 5 wins to 1.
Yeah.
So it's never going to happen. Cairoli, though, that's going to happen. He's going to come over here. I don't know what his form he's going to be in.
I'm just saying. I mean, it makes me excited. I would love to see it.
Look, I would love to see it too, but we also had the same conversation 2 years ago.
Yeah, and it makes sense. But again, how many rounds did he miss 2 years ago? It was different. As Cole said, he's not usually when he's coming back, it's like
It's
2, 3,
rounds.
4 rounds maybe, not 7, 8, 9.
You're
Like,
right.
that's a whole different ball game. I mean, you're essentially, even though they do 19 rounds or something stupid like that.
But mathematically,
that's
he was still
half.
But mathematically, even if you want to talk about he wasn't as many rounds down, the 1 year he was 150 points down already before he came into the series.
Let me
because
ask-
guys that went on a roll and won like every moto that
Okay,
year.
let me play this angle to you. How bad do you think KTM wants to win a fucking title this year?
Outdoors or just in
Period.
over here?
Yeah.
Yeah, probably a lot. Probably a lot.
So you don't think?
So are they going to take money from Cooper Webb and Aaron Plessinger's salary? Because Jeffrey will
taking
not.
it out of there
No.
because Jeffrey's in a separate bucket.
Yeah, Jeffrey's in a separate bucket. He's getting paid.
He will not get paid. They will. KTM North America will be the ones paying him. Euro KTM Pit Buyer will not pay him to go race here.
I bet.
not?
I bet.
Why? Because they don't get anything out of it.
I
You got to remember,
bet-
Roger and Ian.
I mean,
they answer to Pit Buyer.
What are they
I
getting out of it in Europe?
I
What do you mean?
I
Hold
understand
on.
what you're saying.
Yeah.
With like the Europe and the whatever is
Yeah.
different, but whoever the CEO is or whatever of KTM or whoever the highest person is, they go, you know what? He could start over here and just miss 1 round, and is probably going to dominate these fucking guys anyway. Let's just put him over here, and KTM will just cover. KTM Global, we'll call it.
Yeah.
We'll just cover the
Yeah,
salary.
the motherfucker's above Pit Buyer.
And then that way, we can still win a title in 2022. Because let's face it, he ain't winning the fucking
No.
MXGP title.
No.
So we're not winning that. Is Vial going to win the fucking 250 title over there?
That's a possibility.
like
still.
all the money for Webb and Cairoli and all the American team and all that stuff over here, that's allocated.
Yeah. That's
Yeah,
The
but
only
you
allocated
thing that they
separate.
would have to do is find the budgeting, and they've got the money just sitting over there in Europe.
Yeah.
Why not just attach that money to Hurling's, put that paycheck, staple it right on his right ass cheek, and send him on a plane?
You guys
over?
got to realize, though, they just went through a huge change with them and Gas
Yeah.
Gas.
Yeah.
Everything changing. Like, Prado doesn't ride for them anymore.
Yeah.
Mattia Guadagnini doesn't ride for them
They
anymore.
freed up some budget.
I was going to say,
Yeah, but
I'm just saying.
their focus is the MXGP stuff. Like, Pit Buyer and all them, they don't really give 2 fucks about our shit.
I'm just saying, if KTM wants to win a title this year, because I don't even pay attention that close to the GPs, but I know Vial is not dominating fucking MX2 like they thought he was going to.
Well, he's been hurt, yeah.
It's gonna get either
So-
whatever Hurling's does, it's gonna get fucking people talking about KTM.
Yeah. So my thing is, like, if I'm KTM and I'm looking at this going, okay, how the fuck am I going to sell dirt bikes this year? Because let's face it, we're not doing shit in Supercross. So that's fucking out the window. We're not even in the fucking conversation.
We're selling
okay?
some red ones. We're selling some white ones.
You want to know the
conversation?
you want to know the conversation we're having right now during Supercross is that the 2022 fucking sucks.
The only
That's
problem,
the first thing.
The only problem is,
So
like I said,
how are we going to fix this? Let's fucking put our star outdoor guy
I think
in a
KTM
series where he has a fucking possibility of
I think
winning.
KTM would have to figure everything out for him, though. Like, he just wouldn't be. Where's he going to live? Who's going to pay for that? Hurling's is not going to pay.
Florida. He's going to live in Florida. And
He won't
at the
train with
bakery.
Alden. He won't train with Alden Baker.
He'll train at the bakery. Not
But
with
he'll
Alden,
stay
but
there.
he'll train at the bakery.
Ah, man, I don't know.
He'll live there.
He's done it before.
He did it
telling
one
me-
time,
you're
and he
telling me-
wasn't really training with Alden. Like,
Well,
they want
yeah.
to make it out to,
You don't think KTM pays room and board?
for who?
They're riders.
Who? Who are you talking about?
I'm just saying.
Anybody down there in
I'm just saying.
Claremont.
I think KTM could get fucking
I really
get
really,
wild
look,
here and be like, look, let's just let him go win this title.
I really wish I was on board with you guys because I would love nothing more. I just don't see it happening. I just don't
I
see
don't know.
it. There's a lot comes with Jeffrey
I hope you
Hurling's
doubt
going.
it and doubt it and doubt it, and it just puts it into the universe.
Got to be
and
great
then
to
he
just
proves you
manifest that
wrong.
all my doubt and just turns it because, like I said, would I love
Yeah.
nothing more than for him to come wax everybody? Yes, I would love to see it, but I just don't because Hurling's is just he is such a big figure and such a star over there that I think it would just create a lot of problems if he came over here and just fucking swooped in and fucking you talk about the double finger, he would basically be throwing this up to Cooper Webb and Aaron Plessinger and everybody on that team and going, You guys are the big dogs here. Yeah, I'm here now. You guys fucking go play with your fucking playpens. I'm the big dog. You think Cooper Webb would like that? I don't think so.
I don't think KTM gives a fuck if Cooper Webb likes it.
That's fine, but Cooper Webb is going to cause a big stink because he's not going to be big man on the team anymore.
Yeah, Cooper
and
Webb's
him and
also
Hurlings don't
leaving.
like each other. Remember that whole thing in fucking North Carolina?
Yeah, but I mean,
You can talk about the team doesn't care, but the guy.
Here's you thinking KTM gives a shit. KTM
They're also paying him $2 million.
does not give a shit.
They're also paying him a lot of money, though.
It doesn't matter. They want to win a title. KTM is cutthroat like that, in my opinion, to win.
See, it's funny now we're having a role reversal, and I'm talking about money. You like to talk about the money thing, and it's a big thing.
KTM is the only team outside of Star Yamaha that will throw their fucking dick around with their money to make shit happen to win titles.
Look, I would love to see it. I really would. I would really. That's all I'll say.
I'm just saying,
don't
the farther back it gets pushed that he's going into the GP series, and the more it looks like there is no chance he wins the title, the more I go, you know what? It's not out. Because if I'm thinking about this, you sure as fuck can bet the marketing team and everybody else that makes decisions at KTM is thinking about it too.
The thing is, if it's going to happen, it's already in play right now. We're not even 2 months away from the first round.
Yeah. I mean,
It's already. If it's a thing, it's already signed, sealed, and delivered right now.
If I've heard about it being a possibility that Hurlings comes, then yes, everyone way farther because I am dog shit in the fucking woods. No one
You're
gives
at
a
the
fuck.
bottom of the scrotum.
I was gonna say I'm the last hair between the fucking ball sack and the taint. All right,
It's-
here, I am the last person to know. So if I know, yes, then everyone up the chain of command has
Man.
already been talking about it.
all I'll say is,
And
if
like I
if
said-
it's happening and he comes here, boys, it's over. Fucking
I
Outdoor
have
Series
heard.
is donezo. It's donezo. If he is really coming here and racing, which like I said, I don't believe. If he's coming here and racing, outdoors it's over with. Dylan, Eli, I'm sorry, guys.
I would go
Sorry, boys.
if he does. Okay, let's just say if he does, I would go 95% chance of just a complete and total waxing domination.
God, that's a lot bigger. Thank
But
you.
I give
I don't know, man. I
that
think
little 5% to Dr. E there just because.
None to Dylan.
No,
I don't know, man.
Because
it's just
think
it's gonna be a super big adjustment to Jeffrey Hurlings because he's gonna have to race week in and week out.
Yeah.
and
He
do it
doesn't
all in
single
one
day
day.
four.
Cole, you got to remember though, this man literally won a world title last year, took a day off, and went to a fuck nut track in Abu Dhabi and did 40-minute motos on his vacation.
Yeah.
that man rides more than anybody.
Yeah.
He doesn't care.
I don't think that would be
no.
that hard.
And everybody
for
wants to
him.
talk about the heat. The fucker went to WW and fucking won by whatever.
I'm not super worried about that. It would be a little bit of an adjustment, but last year too, you got to look at it in the big C little V range. They were running 1 day formats in the GPs too,
and they were staying there at those races the entire week.
So I don't know. Like I said,
Look, I
it's
hope you're
just
right.
something
I hope you boys are right. I swear to
It is
God,
like,
I'm
I
telling
just
you.
wanna talk about
I
it,
hope you
but-
boys are right. I would love to fucking see him come here.
Yes.
And just fucking dominate everybody. I just think that it's more likely that Kyroli comes here and Hurlings maybe does 1 or 2 races.
I'm sad we're not going to get to see Russian Bob ride.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah,
That
that
whole
may-
thing
We
is-
should raise some money and have him out of Battle Creek.
That may still
He might come.
that may still happen though.
I
mean,
hope
that's-
so.
Yeah, what's going on with Russia's fucked, but it's not fucking his fault he was born there.
Well, that's a lot of the stuff right now.
Look, he'll just say
everywhere
he's
is
like, "Look,
fucking
man, I'm from France. You guys like Frenchmen over here. I'm from France.
Yeah,
yeah, we don't like French people here.
I do, which is weird because I don't. Never mind.
I don't know. Anyway, but getting back to your question about like, I don't give any credit to Dylan.
Yeah.
No,
Why?
I don't. I think he's going to have a much more difficult time. I'm not saying he's not going to win races or something this year, especially if what's his nuts.
I don't know what he's-
especially if what's his nuts isn't here. Hurlings.
Yeah.
It's going to be very different for him
Why?
because you are now dealing with a Tomac who is on his game.
Dr. E.
Dr.
Okay.
E. Dr. E is back in the building here.
So
He
Eli
didn't deal with
Tomac wasn't.
Dr. he
Eli
didn't-
Tomac wasn't riding good last year outdoors.
Dr. E is surgically picking his way through the pack.
Dr. E didn't give a shit last year. We all
That
saw
was
it.
2020. That wasn't last year. That's bullshit. He even said that he was caring. It was COVID season that he didn't
He
give
didn't
a
give
fuck.
a fuck last year.
He didn't give a
either.
fuck
That
last
is
year
total
either.
bullshit.
He did not give a fuck.
That is
last-
bullshit.
He didn't give a fuck last
That
year.
is bullshit.
He didn't give a
2020,
fuck.
yes. When your boy Zacho won the title, Eli did not fucking
He didn't,
care.
he didn't give a shit that year.
Eli didn't
That-
give a fuck last
so
year
he just
either.
didn't
was
give a shit
signed,
for
sealed,
2
and
years.
delivered.
Yeah.
That's a fucking lie.
He had the Supercross. He had a Supercross hangover, and then last
COVID,
year,
yes, 2020.
Then last year he was fucking done with Kawasaki.
Done with Cowie.
He didn't
Fuck
give a
you guys.
shit.
Did he not get paid to win races last year? If he won races,
don't think he gave a fuck.
He didn't give a shit. You are not going to win this fucking argument with me. He did not give.
Okay.
You're going to keep trying to do this to try to make your boy look better. I
Okay.
think he.
But
is
I will
good.
admit, Dylan was the best guy.
Dylan was the best guy last year.
So you got
100%.
never mind. We'll get into
But
this
we'll
in
get into-
outdoors.
here's
in
the
a
thing.
preview outdoors.
We'll get into this outdoors.
But here's the,
I
want to talk about this for
I
this
wanna
another
go
whole
home
minute.
and
shit. This whole thing fucking pisses me off.
I've got 3 more minutes here.
It pisses,
Hold on.
This whole thing pisses me off when
Okay.
people like to go because Eli's winning the Supercross title. So here's my question to you, and this is the fucking one thing I'll say. What happens if he wasn't the points leader right now and Jason Anderson was your points leader? Would you be having the same conversation with me?
Is Tomac still riding the way he's riding right now? Is Tomac still riding the way he's riding? Let's say he's not the points leader. He's lost a couple of races, but he's finished close seconds to Ando.
Yeah.
He's still riding
the same
as good
guy.
as he is
Because
right
2021
now.
Supercross, he
They're
was
still putting 30 seconds on second place, but they're just battling. And he's,
You mean third place?
Whatever.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah. Yeah.
They're battling?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm still saying that he's fucking
Did he not do the same thing in
much
2021
better.
Supercross when him and Cooper Webb were battling back and forth? He looked fucking great in 2021 Supercross. So the conversation is invalid. You guys are only doing this because he's killing it and he's got a 55
I'm doing
point
it
gap.
because he's got his chassis guy back, and I've literally heard his dad say that, yeah, they fucking get to do whatever the fuck they want, and
The reason why it frustrates me is because then it's everybody's going to basically make it seem like Dylan got lucky and he only won the outdoor title because Dr. E wasn't there and all this and that. But yet,
That's
fucking,
exactly what they're
we
gonna
literally
do.
anybody
Motocross
that
struggle
anybody
there
that
for a
watches motocross and knows what they're looking at cannot sit there and go that Eli did not fucking ride good last year. Ken Roxon rode good. Chase Sexton rode good. Barsha rode good, and Dylan still won
this
the
just
title.
proves my point. Eli cannot give a fucking shit and can still ride outdoors like a fucking madman.
If
I think his morale was very low last year.
His morale was very, very
and he
low.
still got paid extra to win races,
He
so you
did,
can't fucking
and he
sit there
won
and tell.
some.
Like
He
when they
did
were
win
there,
some.
they were there. If not, he wasn't
He
going
wasn't
there.
going for it.
Yeah.
He's going to go for it this year. He is
This
going
year
to
he's
go
putting
for
his
it.
balls
Then
on
you
the
know what?
crossbar.
Then we've
Here's
seen
the-
that in the past. What happens to him when he does that? He either wins or he fucking lawn darts himself into the ground.
I need to go. I
He
need
hasn't
to.
lawn darted himself that much.
No.
No, but when he's gone for it outdoors, there's been times where he is obviously won by 30 seconds or he's crashed.
That was just 2015.
I
Yeah,
didn't really
because
see him
that's-
crash his brains out.
Yes,
much.
he doesn't
No, he didn't crash his brains out, but he crashed
He's
though,
not
and he still
Stu.
didn't win.
He's not Stu. He doesn't lawn dart.
That's not what he crashed. He still
like
didn't win.
tucking the front wheel.
Yeah, stupid
Oh,
shit.
Okay. All right.
So he didn't win.
Okay. All right,
Okay.
whatever.
We'll talk about this one outdoors.
But
I just don't see that-
I
I
want to go to bed.
I don't know. It's going to be,
Pass my
especially because we all can agree. Tomac's game starts now, right?
No.
He didn't get a start last night.
Yeah, well, he got. What did he get the last 4 weekends?
I
Not
feel
a
like he's
start.
been up there.
He
His
also-
starts have been
fourth
way
or
better.
fifth.
He also
Dylan's not going to be able to spot him 20 seconds outdoors if Dylan can't fucking
It's
get
also
off
this-
the gate.
Dylan starts at the end of out. Yeah, Supercross's starts are terrible. Outdoors, I said this a billion times. Outdoors last year at the end of the year, or actually probably what was it past? Was it High Point? Dylan's average start was like between 5th and 8th.
Yeah, I'm going to go
Eli's
back.
was like between 9th and 15th.
I'm going to have to start studying for the outdoor thing here because I'm going to fucking
And the
just
same
come
thing will
in.
be, and the
you
same
need
thing
some
can be
fact
said.
checkers.
I'm
The
just-
same thing
yeah.
can be the same thing can be said to Eli. If
Clinton
Dylan
Fowler?
gets
I'm
if
gonna have to
Dylan
call
gets
him.
out front and Eli spots him 15 seconds, he ain't catching him.
I'm not so sure about that.
We have not seen that Eli since 2018.
I'm saying there's a chance we might see it.
I don't see it. I don't think he will risk it.
You don't give it any chance that with him being
No,
with-
I've said
back
many
with-
times
back
that
with
those
Gilly-
two. I've said those many times that we've talked about this.
Okay,
it's
but
going to be
no-
those two and then a minute to third. But I can't sit here and go that all of a sudden, like fucking 2017, 2018 Eli, where he was winning by a minute or whatever it was, is all of a sudden back. He's 30 years old. He's got a family. He's got 2 kids now, or a kid on the second kid on the way, or whatever it
He's
is.
not winning by a minute. Nobody ever said that.
What do you mean?
He just said
I mean, I'll.
It's not happening.
I'll go there for a little. I'll go
It's
there
not
a
gonna
little
happen.
bit. Dude. I mean,
not winning by
Because you
like
just
14.
literally said that if the win was there, the win was there, and if it wasn't, he didn't take it. So you think just because now that all of a sudden his chassis guy's back, that he's gonna fucking lawn dart himself in the ground, and now he even has more reason not to?
I don't think
way more
he's. I
comfortable
don't think
now,
he's
man.
going to lawn dart himself. I don't think he thinks he's going to lawn
If
dart
Dylan
himself.
is 20
now.
seconds out and he is 10th on lap 1 and Dylan's 20 seconds out, Dr. E is gonna have to show up to make that up.
I think Dr. E will show up.
I think Dr.
And
E's
he-
going to show up.
And what
That's-
happened?
That's what we're arguing here.
And what happened in 2015 when that guy showed up? Because 2017, 2018, he still, Marvin Musquin beat him.
He had a weird crash in 2015.
Yeah, because
That
he was
was-
trying to
that
ride.
is
He was
not
trying to ride.
normal for
He was
him.
trying to win by a minute every weekend.
Nah, that corner took Stu out too.
I was going to say,
Bad argument. Bad argument. Bad fucking
No,
argument.
I'm just saying it's that corner.
Yeah, and it's Stu. That's a bad argument because Stu is the same
mean,
way.
it's
saying that
it's
corner's
been-
got some voodoo in it.
Yeah, it does.
it's been brought up in all sorts of conversations that like Eli has not missed many races.
No, he hasn't, but he's
So-
also lost a lot of races because he's done stupid stuff.
I think you're getting more into Supercross
I don't know.
side
My
of it
brain
than-
hurts.
I'm talking about outdoors.
This guy's been checked out of the show.
he
since
hasn't won an outdoor title since 2019.
Okay, great.
So that's 2 years he hasn't won, and one of the years he lost to fucking Zach Osborne of all people.
Yes, that was.
So that is a thing.
he had 2 DNFs that year too to start a short year.
And also, how many wins did he get that year?
I don't know. I have to
Exactly.
go back and
I
look.
think it was a lot of fuck you, Cowie.
So he just said "fuck you" for 2 years, but he knows every time that he wins.
Dude, 2020. I think he had a Supercross hangover.
So
then you
2021.
then you start the year with 2 DNFs at fucking Loretta's.
So what about
okay?
2021?
And that puts you way behind the 8 ball.
Signed,
so
sealed, and delivered
what
at
the
the
fuck are you
beginning
gonna
of
do?
2021.
2021.
So then why did he almost
He
want to
was
win a
signed with-
Supercross title, but yet outdoors?
How close was he even to the Supercross?
It
don't
went down to the
know.
final round.
That was between
Him and Coop.
It wasn't Tomac and Coop. Was
No,
it?
it was.
wasn't.
Yeah, it
was
was.
Kenny.
It was Kenny, and then Kenny took the front.
Yeah,
wheel.
and mathematically, Eli still could have won the title in 2021.
Mathematically, is 25 points or
It
less.
doesn't
third,
matter.
dude.
He
That-
still was winning races in 2021.
He was.
Yes.
Yes.
So you're going to tell me that he was willing to win races in Supercross in 2021, but yet then all of a
He was
sudden
taking
magically
them
we
as
got.
he was willing to get if he was in a good position on the start
To
and was
win
there,
it,
He
he
was
would-
going.
he would
if he
win
started
them.
in 10th,
And
he
we
said,
also
"Fuck
seen
it."
him a few times be out front, like a la what was it, Indy, and Cooper Webb caught and passed him.
I think you
2020
you
is a-
have goggles for fucking Dylan like I have goggles for Zach when he raced. Like
I just
it
think you're not
just
giving
put- it
Dylan
just
enough
puts
credit
us
is the problem.
Way off base.
I just
Oh,
think
the
you're
dude
not.
shreds.
I just think you're not giving Dylan credit.
Dylan won the outdoor title, a full blown outdoor title.
Yep.
That's fine.
Yep.
Okay. He fought off Tomac. He fought off Kenny.
AC.
He fought
It'll
off
be harder this
AC.
year.
I'm not saying it's not going to be harder. I've literally said a million times that it's going to be Dylan and Eli, and then probably like 50 seconds to third. But I don't think that just because this Eli showed up, that all of a sudden like that's going to change. He's older now. He has another kid on the way. He's going to have a reason not to lawn dart himself into the ground to go chase Dylan if he's 20 seconds back. Because make no mistake, if next level regular Eli, if you're 20 seconds down on first place, he's not just going to be able to make up 2 seconds a lap without clicking another gear.
Our whole 3-hour outdoor show is going to be me and him arguing about fucking Eli. And
I know, and you
fucking-
guys are
what's it
never going to
called?
go anywhere because you'll never side with each other.
I know, it's gonna be
just going to be
hilarious.
back and forth.
yeah.
It's going to be
whole time.
hilarious. And then when we get
Point-
done,
Because you got, I just don't see it. I don't basing
gotta
it off.
queue up that Blackburn photo. Just
I just don't base everything off of what I'm seeing in Supercross right now because Anderson has given
I'm not
Eli.
going on, you guys are going like on a Ferris wheel, going round and
I'm
round
not,
with the same.
but I'm
point.
not. But see, I think you're confused because like I'm not. There is a percentage of it that's based on Supercross at this point, okay? Because he is doing well.
Yeah.
I'm more basing it on the whole atmosphere around him now. The star racing, the chassis guy, fucking everything.
Yeah.
Okay, like
looks really good.
put a huge amount. I would say 85% of it is the fact that him and Gilly are working together.
He looks
again.
really good.
That is where it comes into. Okay, when was the last time he was working with Gilly?
Well, it's been a long time.
2015.
And he also won 3 titles without Gilly.
He did do that.
Yep.
That,
So-
that happened. But I'm just saying, when he was working with Gilly last time, the 3 races we saw him working,
And he
with
also
Gilly,
didn't finish that season.
with the 3 races we saw him working, he won by over a minute. He fucking broke Ryan Dungey. The most consistent, mentally strong guy, one of them we've seen in recent years. He fucking broke
Did he
him
win the title?
in 4 motos.
Did he win the title?
He did not.
Then it doesn't matter.
That is 100%
Doesn't
correct.
matter. It doesn't matter.
You want to talk about Dylan's Supercross season?
We're not talking about Supercross. We're talking about outdoors.
Okay. Well,
So it doesn't. That has nothing to do with either one of the things.
you just said, did he win the title?
Yeah, he
I'm
didn't. He
saying,
didn't win the title.
No, he did not.
He didn't win the title, so it doesn't really matter what he did.
You are
and he also won
correct
3
by
titles
that.
without Gilly,
He did. Yes.
so it doesn't really matter.
All right.
That's
okay.
it's fact.
All right.
That is fact.
Alrighty.
It's factual. Like you can't argue it's not
I'm
fact.
Not arguing it's not fact.
Yeah. So like I understand Gilly is a big part of why he's doing well this year, but I'll argue he also won 3 titles without Gilly, and the year that he had Gilly, he didn't finish the
This
season.
is like putting peanut butter and jelly together. Super fast with Gilly, 3 titles without Gilly. Now we know how to win the title, and we're super fast. So we're gonna put it together into a sandwich.
He was also super
and we're gonna
fast
be
with-
super fast and win a
He was
title.
also
It's gonna be fucking amazing.
He was also super fast with Gilly, and then went down.
Okay, but yeah, it's one weirdo crash, man.
It doesn't matter. It's one weirdo
like-
crash. I could say that about Stu's entire career. One weirdo crash.
Well, that's a thing too.
Exactly.
Look at this
You're both
fucking
fucking
guy.
weirdos.
Look, I'm just going to tell you right now. Until the end of outdoor season, I'm not going to agree with anything that just because this is going really well.
How many races in do we have to?
Are you
be
guys still
smoking him?
Still going back and forth on
Yeah.
that?
Because I don't think he's going to smoke him because there's nothing that tells me
Oh my god.
That
All
guy is
let me
gonna
ask
smoke
you
him.
Let me ask you this: how much does he have to win by for you to consider he smoked him? 30 seconds?
yeah, because when you beat somebody by 30 seconds, you smoked them.
Okay. And how many races?
And
in
how
a
many
row-
races is gonna-
races in a row before you go? Huh.
And what do you?
Travis was probably right. I'm just curious.
And see,
I'm
here's
just curious
and you
now.
know what? I know what I'm curious about. What happens if we go the first 4 rounds and Eli hasn't won a moto yet?
That would be a shock fest to me.
That's my
you
point,
would see
though.
me go.
That's my point. Anything can happen. Maybe Eli comes in a little bit too confident, or here's a thought. Maybe he's going to come in with another Supercross hangover.
Oh man, I hope you're ready for the YouTube comments this week.
I don't give a.
Holy
I
shit,
don't
are
give
you gonna
a.
get
I
blown
don't
up
give
by
a
it?
damn. I
That
don't
guy's
care.
gonna be like, Blinky's a fucking hater.
I don't care. I don't care. I'm just a realist. He hasn't won an outdoor title in 2 years, and he's 30. He's married. He's gonna have another kid on the way. He's not gonna be willing to take the chances. If him and Dylan start 1-2 off the line, then yeah, totally. But if he's buried in the pack and he realizes that he has to go next level 2 seconds a lap faster, that is going to put him in Dr. E zone. And I don't think we're gonna see that guy anymore because he's gonna go in the back of his head. I only have 1 more year left on my contract. I have 2 children now, a wife.
What does that have to say about a Supercross season then?
It has to say that the only reason he's got
Dr. E was there last night sending it to the last lap.
Yeah,
he was
With a
because he got
50-point lead.
So
he was only 4 seconds up on Barsha before he crashed. He wasn't walking away from Barsha.
but he was sending it. He was sending it.
That was not sending it Eli. Sending it Eli was, what was it?
He sent it hard enough to make Barsha have to push hard enough that Barsha jumped in the tough
now
blocks. I
that
mean,
has nothing to do
and
with
then he
it.
ended up winning by 14 seconds. in
So
lap
what happened?
87.
What about Indy when he barely beat Barsha?
when he won
When he barely beat Barsha.
on a gnarly ass track?
What about Detroit when he passed Ando and Ando caught back up to him and then Ando crashed?
And then
Or what
forced
about
Ando to hit
Daytona?
the
What
dirt?
about Daytona when Cooper Webb was beating him and the only reason he got around Cooper in that section was because Shane McElrath was in front of him? Or what about in Arlington when the only reason he won is because he had one better main, but the other 2 mains after that, Anderson straight up started behind him and passed him and walked away from him.
Well, we really just went through 5 wins there.
Yeah, we did. Because that's how these conversations go. That's how these conversations go. If you're going to have these full-on conversations with me about one thing or next, I'm going to tell you everything that has happened before that, and then I want like what the explanation is for it.
Well, I'm just saying. You're saying he's not going to send it because he's got 2 kids. He's
Yes,
married
because
now.
I don't see Eli in the back of his...
He was sending it last night.
He was totally in control the whole entire time. And he had 4 seconds on Barsha, and he was going to win. Make no mistake, I'm not saying he was not going to win that main. But sending it to me and only having a 4-second gap on Barsha, that's not sending it. He was in control the whole entire time. Me seeing Eli send it is when he wins by 20 seconds, like what he did, what was it, Colorado or Salt Lake in 2017 when he was literally dead last, and he came through the pack and passed Ryan Dungey with like 3 laps to go and still won by 5 seconds. That's sending it. That was not sending it Eli last night. He was totally in control because he didn't win the fucking heat race and he wasn't on top of the board in practice.
I want to see lap times.
What do you mean? He was 4 seconds up on Barsha when he crashed. It's clear as day. You can tell he was not going next level Eli. Next level Eli is the guy that goes 2.5 seconds a lap faster on a Supercross track. That's next level Eli, in my opinion. That was not next level Eli. That was totally in control Eli.
I need to look at lap times.
For what?
Do you think
For what?
Do you think Barsha was pushing it too?
Yeah, because Barsha to run that pace, we saw it. He always
and
is
he
pushing
weeded it.
Okay, so if they're both pushing it and they're 2.5 seconds a lap faster than the next guy,
He wasn't 2.5
and then Barsha weeds it.
Barsha weeded it because he fucking arced his front end way too far to the bales, and he cross-rutted going up the face.
Yeah, he's pushing too hard.
He was Barsha. He was being. Did he crash?
pushing
Did he
beyond
crash in Indy?
Who, Barsha?
Barsha? Yeah.
Oh, I don't
No, he didn't.
I don't think
He didn't.
so.
He didn't crash in Indy.
Good guy out.
What?
Like the last 3 weeks here have been a blur. To
I'm
me,
just,
okay?
I'm just saying that, like, if we're gonna have these conversations, we have to have a broader conversation of why you think the things that you do, or why you think the things that I do, and
All
why.
right. Well, then let's keep it basic. The 3-time outdoor champ, I think, is going to beat the singular outdoor
Okay,
champ.
and that's all, and that's all you got to say.
All right, wrap it up.
Yeah, that's all you got to say.
So, all right.
Cool.
there
I
we go.
disagree with you. I
Wow,
disagree
we're
with you.
full circle.
Wow, I disagree with you. Look, I don't really care if people hate on what I think, but I think the things that I think for a reason.
That's because you can't handle the truth.
No, I just have facts to back up why I think the things
boy.
that I do.
Oh, boy. The fact checkers are coming out in the comments, too.
Oh, dude.
Oh, dude.
The Gravedigger was in Grand Rapids.
Anyways,
Oh, shit.
anyways.
All right. This has been another episode of the Moto Aftermath Show, episode number 196. Thanks to our sponsors. Thanks to Kev. Thanks to you boys for coming in here. Appreciate it. How them phones doing? They good?
You're just wrapping it up. I don't know.
Your
good?
fucking phone, dude.
Are they good? Jesus
doing all
Christ.
right.
What a shit show. Thanks for tuning in. Don't worry.
Trim it
everyone.
up!
I am committed here, not on my phone.
Go to
as you can
JT
tell.
Cycle and get a trimmer.
Trim it
Go
up.
to JT Cycle, get a trimmer.
Go to Marty. What's that website?
Manscaped.com.
What's that website you were just on?
I wasn't on a website.
What was that website you
I
were
was on
on?
Papa
Oh,
Max.
boy.
Oh, okay. Anyway.
Thanks for tuning in, everybody.
Go
We
check
will
out
see
Hannah Ray.
you next week.
Jesus Christ.
No, we won't.
We'll see you in 2 weeks because we have an off week.
Oh, God. Wow.
We'll
Bye.
see you after St. Louis, which will be more of a shit show because we're going to drive 6 hours home and then do a show. Sick. Awesome. Later.
I could be lying. You could